podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to The Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling.
The podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and
hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling. Every day I'm hustling.
DLC Productions.
I must be the greatest.
Let's get that done.
I've been here before and I know what it takes. It's hard work, dedication. Boxingwoods.com. Mayweather is he's the best.
Win, lose, or draw, we coming to fight. Can't nobody take that away from us. We're coming to fight.
They do what they can, I do what I want.
When you look at how he throws that left hook, it starts out really low. We're going to see what kind of character he has.
On the left and right by Maidana. And it's all Marcos Maidana here. A lot of those punches off his shoulder. I think anybody out there listening or the key, anybody, you think that that's a dangerous deal to make. I think it's a perfect deal.
Boxingwoods.com.
15 minutes. Can you be strong for 15 minutes? Can you? Listen, the concentration is leaving a little bit. Pick it up. Pick it up!
Some things about we got to deal with his body shots. I don't think you want to be that close to us. He's talking about letting the left hook go, then you can take the left hook. Let's get that done.
Look, the fire's coming. Are you ready for the fire? Look, we're firemen. We are firemen! The heat doesn't bother us. We live in the heat. We train in the heat.
Boxingwoods.com.
Let's get that done.
Danny, how much of the difference is it for you at this weight? You lost weight, man. Yeah, I'm working out. I lost like 35 already. Everybody does a threat. Puerto Rico. Miguel Boxingwoods.com.
We're not going to do that. We're going to take this fight against Keith. We're going to get less than you, Keith, but we're going to get more the second time. So go ahead and make it 2 times.
Boxingwoods.com. My job is to focus on boxing and going out there and being the best that I can be.
All right, you men receive my instructions. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands. I want you to touch gloves now, man. You're boxing at the bell. Let's go.
Boxingwoods.com. Boxingwoods.com.
On Saturday, I think somebody's going to get stalked. We don't know who, but, I'm pretty confident in myself.
SDS Promotions.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
What up, TBB? Reminding y'all to tune in on December 11th to Border Wars to witness SDS stars Showkid and Bola de Grasa both win TBB Border Wars Championship belts, man. Let's go!
Showkid. Dumatron activated. Eddie Narvaez, aka Bola de Grasa. SDS Promotions. Austin V. Brandon in Houston.
Man, who these SDS boys is, man? Them boys are...
You one of them SDS boys now and shit. He's gonna force us to co-promote. We hearing too much of SDS and not enough of TBB.
SDS Promotions.
TheBoxingVoice.com.
They don't want to see us win.
Yeah, their promotion's on point. I won't lie, man. All the content they're putting out is on point.
Pardon? I think that fucking Showkid's gonna beat Jose. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got to. Shut that soft ass shit up.
It is Border Wars 13, Florida, Winter Soldiers.
This is Sparta!
SDS Promotions.
What up, ladies and gentlemen, champs and champettes? What's going on out here? Welcome back. Thursday morning. You know, normally on Thursday evenings, we do our previews and predictions, which will be later on tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Right now, it's 9 a.m. around the world, East Coast, and 6 a.m. on the West, 8 a.m. over there in the Central. Somewhere it's Mountain Time. That being said, we're here to talk about the young star, rising star, up-and-coming star, one of the top 25 on ESPN's list, one of the fighters that we believe can carry the sport. You know, we're in good hands when we think about this young generation, the Jared Andersons of the world, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney's, Teofimo's, Javante. I mean, we have a lot of amazing talent in their 20s. And they're all on that come out party, right? They're all seem to be destined for the starlight or the spotlight or stardom. But we're also going to be talking about Shields. Claressa Shields handed her first loss, first MMA loss to be exact, but it is her first loss in about 9 years since she started her pro career. And, you know, might have backfired on Claressa and Salita and Mark Taffet when they, you know, set out to, I don't know, try out MMA. I guess it seemed like a good idea to cross over and get some casual eyeballs, right? The MMA audience is a completely different audience. Every now and then they may intertwine, but they're different audiences. So, you know, Mark Taffet and Claressa, Dmitry Salita, I guess they assumed this was a good move and it would add visibility to the Claressa Shields name. So, you know, it didn't quite work out that way with this loss at the moment. But I wanted to ask a question that we were talking in the pre-pro. And, I mean, the King of Essex basically says, does Claressa Shields' loss affect her future matchup with Savannah Marshall? So we'll make that the first poll question. Do you think her suffering a loss in MMA will affect her matchup with Savannah Marshall? So, first option is yes, right? Let's go with yes, she may get a pay reduction. All speculative, we know. What else? Yes, she may be forced to B-side. What do you think? Because, now Savannah's undefeated. And technically so is Claressa in boxing, but she's got that loss. Will it bother? Will they use it against her? Or, what other options could we put? No. MMA loss means nada. Nothing. All right. And then, no, MMA loss means nothing. So what else? What's our fourth and final option? What about a third? Yes. Yes. It can affect her psyche, according to Rue in a 504. How's that sound, guys? Because she was this undefeated fighter. I mean, it obviously affected Wilder to suffer the loss. So let's go with that. Ask your community. We're asking you the question, does Shields' loss affect her future matchup with Savannah Marshall? Let's see. And in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and put the phone number right there in the live chat as well, in case you want to call in, give us your thoughts live and in person via telephone or via Skype from anywhere in the world. And I'm hoping that a lot of you made money off Abigail Montes, I believe her name is. Let me double check that. Poor thing. Ruining your name like that. I should have known the girl that beat Claressa. What is it? It is Montes, I'm pretty sure, man. She's Mexican. She's a little cutie. Came out of nowhere. That's crazy. She signed a first round management. That's my boy. It's my boy. He helped Melissa Odessa out of her contract. First round management is oh my God. Ricky in Florida. So it looks like Claressa lost to Abigail Montes. Did I say that right the first time? Hopefully I did. She lost to Abigail Montes. Oh, let's test this out.
PFL World Championship 2021 results. Claressa Shields suffers first pro combat sports loss to Abigail Montes.
From refresh
Damn.
You can trust
How you gonna have an ad? They read one sentence and gave you an ad, yo. Shout out to the internet. They always trying to make money. Crazy. But I do like that little feature now. Almost every internet website has, allows you to have the article read for you.
U.S. only.
Claressa Shields tasted defeat for the first time in her professional combat sports career. The multiple-time champion boxer and two-time Olympic gold medalist was unable to counteract the wrestling of Abigail Montes and ultimately suffered a split decision loss to the Mexican prospect at Wednesday's PFL World Championship finale. Two judges scored the contest 29-28 in favor of Montes, while the lone dissenter scored it 29-28 for Shields. Montes, 3-0, exploited the inexperience of her decorated
Which is something that I've seen on, a lot of pages I follow on Instagram. They were saying that the decision was the right decision too. They were a little afraid that Claressa would get the favorable decision because of her name. But Montes got the right decision and she was the rightful victor according to, the internet anyway. I don't know if anyone watched it. I didn't watch it. I'll report on it. You know, obviously it's something that you're forced to report on now because Claressa suffers her first loss in her professional combat career, not just boxing. But you know, MMA is not really my thing. So it's news to us in this community, or for me to you, because it's like, you know her as a boxer and she lost. If she wouldn't have lost, you know, it'd probably been something like, hey, Claressa got another win in MMA. She's 2-0. But she lost, which, I don't know. I think it just backfires. I'm trying to text to Salita here because, you know, they chose to go this MMA route, and, you know, I just want to know what's it mean now for him, what he thinks this means, if anything, right? Because that's one of our poll questions. You know, does this even mean anything? Does the loss affect Claressa in her Savannah Marshall negotiations or fight? You know? That's what's going to be interesting. How would they use this against her? Because obviously Claressa was using this to build her profile. And one has to assume that if she would have won and continued to win, her raised profile, she would have wanted more money for, right? Like, that's the way that it works. You know, you go raise your profile, and now more people know you. You're projected to sell more tickets, more pay-per-views, et cetera, et cetera.
Bo with a game plan that revolved around closing the distance, clinching Shields, 1-1, against the fence, then working for takedowns and controlling her from top position. Shields.
Yeah, I did see that in the replay, man. Once she mounted Claressa, it was a wrap. I don't know. These MMA people, you know, that want to fight, or these boxers that want to be MMAs and MMAs that want to be boxers, you got to use your strong suit. Claressa's a boxer. She should have been boxing and blocking the takedown. I don't know if she was doing that until she finally got took down, because it's probably inevitable. But you got to get your stand-up better. Like, I seen her laying mad punches on the girl, so it's like, damn, with small gloves, you still ain't knocked this girl out. And you're the boxer. So they definitely got to go to work, man, because I think this girl was a debuter. I'm gonna have to, well, the article might tell us, right? But maybe the girl was 1-0. Oh, 3-0. So, okay, well, damn, Claressa should have never stepped up to that. You gonna step? Well, I guess that makes. Is she 3-0 at the time, or is she 3-0 with the win? Well, it says Montez 3-0 exploited the inexperience of her declared foe. So, I don't know. What's this do for Claressa? You know, does Shields' loss affect her future matchup with Savannah Marshall? And 59% say no. MMA loss means nothing. 25% believe yes, it can affect her psyche. 8% of the voting public believe yes, she may get a pay reduction, now turn to 10%. Back to 9%. And 9% of the public says yes, she may be forced to be the B-side. And I'm being told by one of the co-producers that Mexican Abigail Montes was 2-0 coming into the fight. But she's also coming up in weight. Damn, so she was even smaller? Ay. That's no bueno, man. Yeah, man. That's, well, you know, it's unfortunate, like I said. But sometimes losses, you know, do more, you know, or do, like, sometimes you come out on top with a loss, you know what I mean? There's a lot of talk, too. Oh, boy, I got to show you this. I forgot, almost slipped my mind, but it didn't. It's right there to the forefront. We're talking Claressa Shields, and you know who came at her And I don't know how this started, so if anyone knows, please call in, please super chat, please DM, whatever you want to do to get my attention, because I don't get why my friend Jake Paul has an issue with Claressa. I don't know what happened, but he said, "I love karma" at Claressa Shields. Congrats, Abigail Montes. Someone get her a Twitter. And he put, "The truth hurts, but it's necessary. Claressa Shields is a loser in MMA." But you see, he put loser, period. So I think people are going to come at her. I mean, him. He put loser, period. So that hits different than loser, comma, or loser in MMA. No period, no comma. I don't know. So he says she is a loser in MMA, and even more so in her prima donna attitude. The fake always get exposed. Losses come when anger and hate take over. Just ask Rousey McGregor. She spent more time berating Jake Paul than learning jiu-jitsu. She's never been a big draw, and unfortunately for her, she'll never be. Amanda Serrano, the GOAT, though, has 30 KOs in 42 fights, 2-0 in MMA, both wins by submission. Congrats, Abigail Montes, on the win. So Jake trolling her, and I don't know where his beef with her came. I'm trying to figure it out. So if anyone knows, it would be interesting. Now, I wonder, did he just fabricate this because he's pushing Amanda now? And Amanda, has done a lot and doesn't get the recognition of Shields. But I think it's right. Like, Amanda hasn't won 2 gold medals. Shields has won 2 gold medals and has done all she's done in a little bit of fights. Amanda has, like he said, 42 fights. It took her some time for her greatness. Thank you, Foxy Brown. Foxy Brown says that this stems from Claressa saying she could beat Jake Paul. Now, I guess I can see why he would be upset about that. He's out here taking boxing seriously, sparring professional fighters, former world champions, male cruiserweight former world champions, 2-time former world champions. I guess I can see why he would take offense to her saying that she can beat him in a boxing match. First things first, it's an unfair situation to put him in. I don't think, they'll ever allow men versus women boxing. And it definitely belittles him to have someone of her stature say that he would lose to a woman. Obviously, she's no regular female boxer. She is a very good champion, decorated, and one of the best in female boxing. But I can see why he would be a little bit crushed. Yes, sir, I can see that. Speaking of crush, man, is Ennis gonna crush Dulorme? I've seen a few people not very happy that, Ennis is getting the shine over Jamal James, but is it his fault? Or is it Jamal James's fault? Hey, Mickey Caparelli, what's going on all the way in Australia? Miss you, my man. Man, those were the days hanging with Mick and creating content. Damn, Mick, man, you need to come shoot a Border Wars for me, man. Damn. Let's go. I miss you, bro. Shout out to Australia. Let me see. We got some super chats I gotta get to. I gotta get to, let's see. Once again, hit that thumbs up button. Is always gonna help with the visibility of the show. Future, present, past. It helps if you hit that thumbs up button. Ronald Finkley says, still the GOAT. 2 glove emoji, 3 fire emojis of the world. So I guess that means still the GOAT of boxing. Best in the world, because fire is like best or hot, right? Hottest in the world, because you got the globe emoji. Gil Lopez, not to be confused with Castle Hill Gil. Ness, I just saw the video of her getting effed up. Laugh out loud, laugh out loud, laugh out loud, laugh out. Yo, that's crazy. This is where we're at, right? We're like, we suck as fans, bro. Like, it's got to be rough being a fighter. Like, look, like my man's happy she lost, and he's entitled to. I'm not coming down on you at all, Gil. I'm actually, you'll see where I'm going with this. I know she's got beef with that page, Lalo's Boxing, on Instagram. You know, her and Lalo stay beefing. Shields is very active on social media and will respond to any sort of, smoke. Her and Lalo got mad beef. So, bruh, he posted a picture of a little baby sleeping with a super duper smile, talking about how Lalo's sleeping right now. Thank you, Abigail Montez. And it's just like so many people in his comment section are laughing and they're so happy. I mean, hundreds of comments, so happy that she suffered a loss. I don't know what she did. Maybe it's that Mayweather effect when you keep telling the world you're great. They want, you're forcing them to want to see you lose. Because if the greater you say you are, the better opposition they want. The more at a disadvantage they want you. They want to see you lose. So I don't know if it's an effect of her saying she's the greatest woman of all time. And obviously this is a different sport and people will use it against her. They will use it against her. It's crazy. This is the world that we're in. You know what I mean? That you are attempting greatness and someone on a couch. And again, Gil, this is not at you. I'm just speaking in general because there are people overweight on a couch, like, they haven't left the house in weeks, laughing. And it's like, yo, we got to be better. But that was my Dr. Phil for the day. It was just crazy. Yeah, but she's arrogant, they're saying. You see what I'm saying? It's because she's arrogant, that's why. But like, is that arrogance or is it confidence? Do we mistake it as arrogance? Did we do that to Mayweather? Didn't we mistake it as arrogance for Mayweather and thought he was cocky and conceited? And now we see that he was just great because these dudes still can't compare to him. And every time we get someone with a little glimpse of Mayweather, we want to go ahead and associate their name to him because we miss him so badly because he separated himself. But Dre Dot says she was asked about fighting on an undercard of Jake Paul's, and she basically was saying she would never, and it was disrespect to even ask that. So then the beef comes from her not willing to work with Jake in a hypothetical or a theoretical sort of way, which is crazy because obviously, Amanda Serrano got the most money she's ever made and the most attention she's ever had on a Jake Paul undercard. The reluctancy with boxing and fighters to accept Jake is almost hilarious. Because they're mad at Jake because Jake is coming into allege their sport and doing whatever he's doing, yet can't anyone? Didn't my man just lose on ESPN who turned boxer like at 35, Roderick, whatever, Levy? He just lost on ESPN. Ward, Bradley, Osuna were praising him for changing his life, getting out of the system, becoming a boxer, and being on TV. So one guy could be a boxer and the other one can't. So you gotta come from hardship if you want to be a boxer. You can't have money. You can't be well off. I'm a little lost. I actually respect the people who get into the sport that have money, because they have money. They don't need to take a punch to the face for a check. They have means, endorsements, and ways to make money. They don't have to be punched in the nose. So I don't know, man. People need to get their fucking life checked, their priorities in order. Like, you out here still respecting the dudes that got shot, man. It's like, I don't get it. My man don't gotta be fighting. He don't gotta be a manager for a female who in a sport where they don't get attention. He don't gotta give Regis his biggest payday. He don't gotta employ former world fighters for sparring partners. He don't gotta do that. Y'all so silly, man. It's insane watching this shit happen retrospect when I was the one telling y'all how good these dudes were from the beginning. Now, the industry is on a jockstrap, and it seems like some people are hating because they didn't see. They can't see. Change is always going to come, and change is always going to be great, man. Count Drago says she told reporters that Woodley was robbed. You know, the more and more I see that picture of Jake on the ropes, I can see why people say that. Like, I know it's a still shot, so it looks worse than what it was, but it's still technically what it was. He was laying on a second rope, his back, not his ass, his back was on the second rope. So I could see where some people felt like he deserved a knockdown, and maybe that could have swayed the fight. Maybe that could have been the difference in the fight. And her saying that, I mean, you're opening war. But the thing with Jake that I don't get is like, you're coming for a female. Yeah, she came for you, and she put herself in a category that most females don't by saying she could beat you. But I don't know, man. In this world, I don't know that it makes sense to be the bully, because that's what they're going to translate or interpret his trolling to right now. Because when you troll someone that lost, you're bullying them. And if you're a male, it may look different. But I could be wrong. That's what we're chatting about. You tell me. You know the number to call in, 14255695241. Press 1 one time. Voice your opinion right here. Voice of the people. That being you, the hotline. You already know. Adding Nestor Gibbs on Skype. Let me go ahead and open this up just in case I get any callers that are ready to rock and roll.
These calls are brought to you by Big Rigs Trucking Agency, experts for all your insurance and trucking needs. For quotes and consultations, visit us at brtagency.com or contact us at 908-943-6918.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Can I get that 5 stars on iTunes, man? Can I get that 5 stars, man? It only takes you a segundo to be like, you know what? This guy's here 7 days a week, 9 a.m. He rocking. Sometimes he doing extra. Big day, little day, super fight night, not a fight night. I'm here. Hit that thumbs up button. Share the show. Go ahead and subscribe. We're like 200 subscribers away from 130,000. We need a Jake Paul fight, man. Remember I went to Logan and made like 10,000 subscribers in one night? Shout out to Logan and the Paul brothers, man. Y'all here hating on them dudes. Haters. Them dudes bringing economics to the business, man. Come on. But I get it. They hated on Mayweather too, man, when he was getting his concessions. When he became the first boxer to get money off the poppity corn you was buying, people hated on him too. That's the way that it is, man. I think Nas said it the best, man. People hate what they can't conquer and fear what they can't understand, man. You know, he was probably ahead of his time like me. But we got a poll question that says, does Shields' loss affect her future matchup with Savannah Marshall? 10% believe she may get a pay reduction. 7% believe she may be forced to be the B-side, but 65% believe no MMA loss means nothing. Then we got, yes, it can affect her psyche, which is 18%. That's pretty high. Almost a 20 percentile of people believe that a loss is a loss is a loss, and it can get you second guessing yourself. You might have lost some of that confidence. I mean, yeah, Rue, wasn't I ahead of my time when I picked Orlando Salita to beat the shit out your favorite fighter? I think that was ahead of my time. You heard me? Call it rub it in. That's Nesby and Jake Paul right there. I think Jake was a jerk, though. You know, it's not cool. I think Izzy said, like, oh, but he manages Orlando Serrano. So, you know, it's not like he's bullying a female and he doesn't manage female. I don't even get what one and the other have to do with the other. But, like, it don't matter. I don't think you could bully her just because you manage a female. Now, again, I'm using the word bully. Maybe others don't take it that way. Maybe others know and follow Claressa more than me, right? Maybe they follow her more than me, and they be like, nah, bro, you got to see the way she's talking about these other fighters when they fight and when she's talking about boxing. And I'm like, oh, wow. And I'll just be quiet because I don't know nothing about that, you know? I don't really be on Claressa's, like, beefs. I did catch the Lalo beef because it was all over Twitter. But I don't really be on that. You know what I'm saying? I'll be off Twitter, man. I might endorse somebody with a retweet here and there, and I ain't on there chatting about no more. Shit don't be worth nothing. But continuing the movement, we stopped that Candrago. We got DSV and Company who says, she always talking crap, humble pie. Now, that was a hashtag that was used a lot when associated with Claressa's loss yesterday. Humbled, humbling, humbled, humble pie. And it's like, damn, people really don't like for you to say you're good. And again, look, now people get to tag her with the humble tag. And she didn't lose in boxing, but these are boxing fans saying that she needed to be humbled. Hopefully it does affect the Savannah Marshall fight in a good way, and it makes her become more of a dog and try to really get this win, because let me tell you, that's not an easy fight. Forget that she lost to Savannah in the amateurs. Savannah's big. Savannah's never been to 54. She's big, she punches, she's tall, she's long, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, she switches. She's got to be careful. She's about to fight Savannah in like 2 fights. She's got 1 fight coming up on Boxer and Sky Sports, and then they got to fight. And she's all the way down at 54. Meanwhile, Savannah, you know, is making that 60 or 68 pound limit. Someone could tell me, but I know she better be careful. Obviously, you don't got to be heavy. I mean, you do. You never know. And it's a Fury that's her trainer. I'm pretty sure Peter Fury's still her trainer. Not to say that he implemented the game plan of Tyson Fury, but he definitely watched his nephew beat Wilder, you know. And I don't know. Savannah's the puncher, bigger. Would she choose to lean on Claressa, who's been fighting at lower weights and even, you know, trying to make lower? I believe I heard something about her and McCaskill at a possible catch weight. Even though Rick Ramos talks bad about her, I'm actually afraid to go check what Rick Ramos had to say about the loss yesterday, because I'm telling you, people are taking this as a shot, as an opportunity, to take a shot But let's see, because he's got his own fight week, right? So maybe he's not in it. Keeping his nose clean. Shout out to you, Rick. Let's see, what's this? Nope, that's not it. All right, not bad. Nothing from Rick. Interesting, but he's busy. And that's good anyway, man. Like, why troll a person at their lowest, and it wasn't boxing. That's why I'm just shocked that all these boxing fans are calling for humbling. All these people calling for a humbling here. We got Texas Scratch King. This does nothing to her image at all. She's in another sport trying to achieve goals. Soon as she dismantles Savannah, this will never be mentioned again. Does she dismantle Savannah? I think that's the next poll question then. I think that's the next poll question, man. Does she dismantle Savannah? I don't know. That's pretty far-fetched. I think that's a very interesting, tight fight. Yeah. But we got Javier Caputillo. Shout out to the coach. LA, stand up. He says, no, I think she's daring to be great, and sometimes this happens. Have a great day, TBV. Well, shout out to you, coach. Appreciate you. Let me get out to these callers here. Justin, Jersey, what up?
Yo, what's up, man?
How are you?
What's up, Ness? What's up? Top of the morning to the chat. Top of the morning, Ness. Hey, man. Claressa Shields. I think she got into this sport way too early. I think she took at least a couple of years to work on the ground game because ground game in the MMA is, it's so important. It's almost like going into boxing without a jab. You don't have a proficient ground game, and all these haters. Talking about she needs to be humbled. It's just kind of, Fury never needed to be humbled. Jake Paul never needs to be humbled. They can talk all the shit they want. Conor McGregor never needs to be humbled. If Jake Paul got in the damn octagon, he'd get his block knocked off. You know what I'm saying? But I think she just really needs to take some time, develop those skills. Like Israel Adesanya, he came out of kickboxing. It took him 2 years before he got into the MMA. You know what I'm saying? He's got like a brown belt and a purple belt in jiu-jitsu. These people have been wrestling for years, So I think I'm not sure about this opponent, Savannah James. She's a former boxer too. Hello?
Yeah, I'm here. Savannah's not a former boxer. She's a boxer.
Oh, she's gonna fight. She's gonna have a boxing match now.
Yeah, in the future, she's got one coming up, a tune-up on Sky Sports. Then she finds Savannah.
I see. Oh yeah, I don't think it's gonna mess with her psyche in the boxing ring though. I think, but for MMA, I think she needs to definitely like take some time to get that ground game because And Mike, and I don't understand, why is Mike Tyson fighting Logan? He should fight Jake Paul, man. Anything that kid needs to get humbled, but that's my call.
All right. Well, speaking of Jake, we got more trolling from Jake, but first, we got to give you the reason.
First of all, Jake Paul, I got power, I got skills. Just because I ain't got no penis don't mean it, okay? But Jake Paul, no, he don't want to fight against me.
So, I could see me taking it a certain type of way if a female is saying, they got power and I know I don't want to fight them. And I mean, I guess as the man, you're supposed to brush it off is what some people might say, bigger men might say that. But, I guess dudes with small egos or just people who are in touch with their feelings, right? Maybe it don't feel good to be trolled and he trolling back. I mean, is that what we can consider this?
I like everything he's doing, though. He's bringing a lot of attention to boxing. I like it, but...
Well, there you go, Jake. She said, I like everything he doing. He bring a lot of attention to boxing, but let's see what the but is. But,
for me to fight the undercard of him, it never happened in life.
Okay, so maybe he got offended by that. Now, he should not be offended by that. She's very declarated, and she didn't say it with any sort of disdain or malice. She just, it never happened. It'll never, and rightfully so. I mean, would Floyd fight on Jake Paul's undercard? No. And I'm not saying she's Floyd, but in terms of accomplishments, she feels that way.
Never.
I would pay so much money to watch them fight. I'm not even lying.
Look at this guy. This guy, Richard Torres, the heavyweight. I would pay so much money to watch them fight. Like, is this what boxing is about to be? Now we about to have cross-gender fights? Really? Who's this guy, man? Who's this guy? This is the guy that we sent to the Olympics? What the fuck? Counterpunch, man. Who's that? J-Mac?
Yo, can you hear me?
Perfect.
All right. I'm a fan of Jake Paul. Definitely love what he's doing in the sport of boxing. I think boxers are challenged because they got boxers that come in and they don't have the success that Jake Paul. So I think it's a naturally competitively envious jealousy thing all in one. For as Jake Paul trolling, he actually has the right to. I done heard Claressa say things to where it's very challenging for his shutting him down, but giving him praise at the same time with all respect. So Jake not out of pocket. For his Claressa's psyche, the only thing you get challenged on is it's an MMA match. Something she's clearly not good at, something she's clearly not great at. She should take Justin's advice and give me two. She should take Justin's advice and get more equipped with the tools so she can defend herself a lot better in a sport like that, because MMA it puts you in a situation where you're not comfortable. As a boxing ring, I'm not losing no confidence. She didn't get her ass whooped in a boxing ring or what have you. For us, people that need to be humble. Nah, a fighter's supposed to have some type of confidence that could be easily taken for arrogance. It's not our job to tell them how they should be. They need to do whatever they need to do mentality-wise to get in the ring. Now, what's the weirdos and the sad part about it? The people who sit up here with their fat asses, ain't never been in a fight, that want to type, troll on the internet all fucking day and just talk about somebody else and their greatness. That's the weird shit. Like, people don't showing no high level of talent to where they can be judged or talk, but want to sit on here and troll somebody when they lose. Claressa is still the great or the GOAT, whatever she call herself in the ring. I ain't got no confidence lost with her beating somebody's ass in boxing. That's my call. On two counter punches.
All right, champ. So now we know what was said to get Jake in his feelings, and we know what was said for Claressa to feel how she felt. So obviously Jake must have insinuated for her to be on his undercard, and she said it would never happen. Or maybe the interviewer said, would you ever get on Jake's undercard? And she made it clear that it would never happen. And obviously this very popular Fight Hub interview with Marcos Villegas, credit to Marcos Villegas for getting the interview with Claressa Shields, that, it obviously made the rounds, and she and he seen it. And this is where we are. Now, here's more Jake Paul trolling, but I asked my MMA fans, because I don't know MMA, so I asked you guys, what does this mean here? Top 7 pound-for-pound female fighters. Wins matter, but so do KOs. Now, this is Jake Paul's list. I'll say this before moving forward. If I'm Claressa, I start to engage with him. this is going to get her popular. It's got 3,741 likes already, 48 quote tweets, 134 retweets, and he just posted this, or rather he posted this whenever he posted this. But the thing is that he's posting about her when he otherwise wouldn't. And people that don't know her are reading about her and looking her up. So, that old saying, all publicity is good publicity. Whether we consider it trolling, whether we consider it discrediting, is it still fall under the category of all publicity is good publicity? But he goes on to say, top 7 pound-for-pound female fighters, wins matter, but so do KOs. And you can watch this. I'm screen sharing here on YouTube showing you his verified Twitter. And he puts Amanda Serrano, obviously the female that he represents, who's 41-1 with 30 KOs. Amanda Nunes, an MMA fighter, 21-4, 17 KOs and submissions he put. And then there's a bunch of other people here, like V. Sevenchenko, I never heard of her. Chris Cyborg, obviously I heard of. Katie Teller, we know. Kayla Harris, I never heard of. And Clarissa Shields, we know, but he put Shields at the bottom. And obviously he's ranking her on the bottom of his top 7 because of her KOs. But again, is all news good news? Is all news good news? He's still talking about her. There's still millions of people and now writers, right? Because writers know. Content creators know. Oh shit, Jake's talking about it. Jake's a hit magnet. He attract views. So it still helps her in the long run. I'm telling you, in my opinion, win-win. Win-win. You may feel differently, and that's okay. It's an opinion-based show. Your opinion isn't better than mine. Mine isn't better than yours. I'm just giving mine. I don't know that it's a bad thing to have one of the most popular guys in boxing at this moment talking about you on a consistent basis. Whether good or bad, you're still being talked about. Castle Hill Gill says she said that she would never fight on a Jake Paul undercard, which was a shot at Amanda Serrano, in my opinion. Meanwhile, she lost under whose undercard? Yeah. Let me get to Brandon Maurice, Cincinnati. Make sure I got no boomerangs. All right.
Hey, whole nother time zone. Jumped up for back with our mind on. Can't play when you here, get your life stole. If you bring it here, then the price grow. Phone jabbing and punching the line long. I drop a pitch and let 9 go. We slap with the fit glass and white go. This only happens in Ohio.
You feeling, player?
What up?
Man, blessed and highly favored. It's quite simple. When you're a humble, let's say in boxing, the Jamel Herrings, the Sean Porters, and people like that who are always humble, always nice. When they take L's, nobody trolls, nobody names, nobody makes fun of them really, because they just so humble and nice. That's why they're able to bounce back from losses and people still give them a chance. But people like AB, Clarissa, Broner, they talk a lot of shit. They're highly confident. Whenever they lose, Floyd, if they were to lose, you got to know the storm is coming because you talk that talk. So I think she should have known that this was expected when she took her first loss. I don't think she should let it get her down. This is a new sport for her. She did quite well in the fight. From the highlights I seen, she landed a big shot. It just at the end of that last round, that girl started wailing on her. But yeah, man, it's just this happens when you one of those people that put yourself on a pedestal and you talk trash. I really think she needs to kind of tone the social media down, man. She spends too much time debating like just.
Cut it.
I hear you. She do be debating boxing and debating her greatness on her comment section with a lot of people. But I don't think there's anything wrong with that, man. I think that, she knows that if she was a man with all the accolades that she's got, everything that she's done, she would be getting talked about like Loma, and she's not. She would get promoted like Loma, and she's not being. So I could see her frustration, or, you know, if it's not frustration, I could see her reasoning behind debating people about her greatness, because I've definitely seen that. Dre Dot says Shields is a big complainer and not that likable of a person, in my opinion, with her social media antics. The energy behind most of her posts is normally negative. Well, there you go. The people are speaking, you know what I mean? But that's okay because she will be paid to lose. People want to see her lose, and this is evidence of it. Luckily for her, it isn't in boxing. But now she's getting a taste to see what it would be like if she lost in boxing. So she's got to hunker down, because that Savannah Marshall fight is coming. I ain't make my poll yet, but I'm actually going to make that poll. We haven't ever asked that question. I'm going to end this one, whatever. Everybody's saying the loss means nothing, so no need to continue. I want to make this poll because I haven't seen anyone's answers here. Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do that poll after a few more counters. Here we go. Do we think this Boots and James card is a build-up for a possible Boots and James fight? Maybe next? If so, thoughts on the fight between the two? Actually, if you go to my interview that I conducted with Boots and his father separately in Atlanta at the Tank fight versus Omar, they were already under the impression they were getting Jamal next. Jamal must have said, yo, why you got me fighting this dude when I'm in line for Ugas or Pacquiao or somebody? Get me a Thurman or something. Because, you know, Jamal he's already in line, and he already got at least one or two decent wins. Like throwing him at Ennis, who's behind him, you know, I would be like, what's going on too? So, you know, in boxing, and I'm assuming here, this is all, the rest of this is about to be a straight assumption, you know, but we know in boxing, we've seen things like Andre Ward's 2-fight deal. You know, they gave him Barrera, Alexander Brand, then you go ahead and get Kovalev. You know, Matchroom gave Eddie Yeardom, then we give you Billy Joe. You know, Fury got Ottawa Wildland, fucking Arthur Schwartz or Andre Schwartz or some weird shit like that. Then Wilder. So, you know, and look at Shields. She's getting this tune up on Sky, then Savannah Marshall. So that sometimes happens because they need more money, right, for that fight. So they give you a fight before that, which I'm not saying necessarily is giving you more money, because you still got to do a whole training camp for that motherfucker. But, you know, not if it's not if, because you got to train. But, you know, an easy fight is an easy fight, or a winnable fight is a winnable fight. You know what you make of it or how you choose to win it, that's on you. But when they gave Danny Garcia Rod Sauka for $800,000, it was because he was about to jump in there, I think, with I don't want to Google to see if I'm right, but was it Matisse? Was it Matisse that gave him Sauka after the Herrera to get in there with Matisse, right? Because that's how it is. It's like sometimes dudes got to be convinced, but I'm going to double check Danny, make sure I got that right. Who did he fought Sauka before who? I hope I was right. Damn, before Peterson. Fucker. Still the same shit, you know. And that was a tough fight for Danny, too. That was a tough fight. He got, and that Rod Sauka, $800,000 tuna. That's insane. That's insane. But, yeah, man. Let me go ahead and finish this question. I forgot all about my poll question. Went down a talkity lane. We're going to go to J-Mac, New Orleans. What up?
So you hating?
I'm that guy. What you want to bet on? Bet 100,000 on that. Let's bet $1 million. You getting that money, right? Easy. Let's bet $1 million easy. And I for the bread. When I him, y'all gonna say he was too weak on my life.
Okay, bow down, bitches. I'm about to handle business. I'ma teach you all a lesson. This'll only take a minute. Got a part and all this passion in my blood. Niggas hating just because. Think about it. Everybody love Bud. J-Mac, where you at? Where you at? All these niggas hating on me. Shit is whack. Shit is whack. So official with it. Don't even check the stats. Hey, I'm out here trying to get it. Next, I only got a minute.
Yo, Ness, how I sound?
Perfect.
Now, I'm gonna stem off my my counter punches earlier. I get confused with some of the little, these boxing fans we got. They're the most tedious bitches in sports of fans because one minute they complain about somebody who talks too much. One minute they complain about the person who don't talk. One minute they gotta sell yourself. You gotta sell yourself. You gotta be out here talking good shit. And 1 minute you just can't get in the ring and back it up. They need to prey on somebody's downfall and a loss in another sport that she's courageous enough to take on and challenge herself and challenge her greatness. She took a loss. Okay. She could build this back up, get in here and be dominant in boxing like she is already. Go out here, beat these girls up, build that fight back up if she still wants to continue her MMA career. And last but not least, like I said, Jake not out of pocket. Jake only responded to some of the stuff Claressa said to him. So he's not being a punk or anything. He got the right to respond to her because she didn't.
JT, New Orleans. Buenos dias.
So interesting that you come across like a nice guy, but you're really a piece of shit. Hey, that comment. No, that was a piece of fuck you. That was a piece of shit. You know, we're doing live TV. Man, I don't care. What you gonna do about it?
I'll kill this mother. Why do you have to talk like that? Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem? Turn off your station. I'm the best ever.
Yeah, hello?
Yo.
Sound.
Very bad. You in a rainstorm.
Well, come back to me.
All right. So the question is out. Shields. Claressa Shields versus Savannah Marshall. Who wins? Shields by unanimous decision. Shields by KO. Marshall by decision. Or Marshall by KO. And right now, believe it or not, Shields is 41% in the lead by unanimous decision. 12% believe she'll get the knockout. 21% believe Marshall will win by unanimous decision, while 27% believe she will get the knockout. So, not bad. And I am in communications with Dmitry Salita, the promoter of Claressa Shields. He just texts back, so trying to see can I get him on the show. Going out to King Born in Brooklyn. What up?
When you see old dirty bastard fall in a position like that, then you know that I'm getting ready to bust your...
Hey, listen, yo, Ness, you hear me?
Yeah.
Listen, man, first of all, I love my TBV comrades. I love my TBV live chat comrade. Let's get to it. Listen, man, this Claressa Shields shit is like this, right? It's like Shaq in Orlando. She lost. It's like Lady Chan taking a Peter Pan to Hobbs, New Mexico. Who gives a fuck? We don't give a fuck about nobody don't really care about MMA, female MMA. She didn't take a loss in boxing. Come back to boxing, baby girl. We want you back, yo. Get the Savannah Marshall shit on, man. You know what I mean? She took a loss. Y'all act like she got knocked out, choked out, stomped out. She tried to knock that girl head off. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing. She'll get the shit back. And that shit with Logan Paul, they got beef. that can't shoot each other. So they got to get on some, like, she got to build the shit up, man. She the only female in boxing talking, man. Keep it real. She the only female in NBA boxing, y'all. Peace.
All right. Let me get to Majid, Ohio. What up?
Everybody need to like the video, subscribe to the channel, join YouTube members and Patreon for something. Shit. I feel like it don't affect the Savannah Marshall fight, just because, like they said, it's MMA. I feel like yesterday, even though she lost, that was like a decent night. If you're gonna lose, it's a worse ways to lose. That girl could have got kicked in the leg, had some knots on them knees and all that shit. Inside leg kicks, she got pummeled in the last 15 seconds and like dominated on the mat second and third, So I feel like shit. I like to see her still in there, learn the craft or whatever. But I don't think by no way, shape, or form, like she ain't fighting no Amanda Nunes and nothing. You don't wrestle with no fucking Mexican. That was a dumb choice of an opponent. But other than that, it is what it is. A loss is you learn your lesson, and loss ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? She ain't getting knocked out or nothing, but shit, good shit either way. Fuck it. I think Savannah Marshall is an uphill battle. She lost to her, so I'm gonna have to go with Savannah Marshall by decision. But I would be hoping that Claressa Shields could do it. But as it is, that's a big ass bitch, and she got them hands with that power. So yeah, man, I like to still see that fight. You know what I'm saying? But I'm out.
All right. Well, thanks for calling in. I got my Gene Bed Boomerang. What is up?
What's good, Ness?
What's good?
Yeah, man, like everybody else, I mean, it's a whole different sport. I mean, you have to tip your hat to her and respect the decision she made getting into another sport that's not her sport in a professional setting as well. I mean, these are professional athletes that dedicate their whole life to that sport. She's trying to do two things at once, and that's why I've always believed you're better off just focusing on one thing than kind of pulling yourself in different directions. It takes away from what you're best at. That being said, I got Savannah Marshall knocking her out, 4th or 5th round. I just think that she's Savannah's the only female boxer I see that has, that man type of KO where she punches through her target. She's a beast, man. But it should be a good fight though, while it lasts. But yeah, that's my call.
All right. CYP. What up?
Yeah. Let me know if y'all hear me.
Yep.
I find it funny that a person can have a Michael Jordan effect as a female. Michael Jordan went to go play baseball. It wasn't that good. People clowning, da-da-da-da. He's still Michael Jordan, though. Jake Paul getting mad at a female for something a female said. I remember Ronda Rousey said she could beat Floyd. Floyd didn't make no list of great female fighters and put Ronda Rousey number 10. Floyd didn't give a shit. See, that's the difference, man. Claressa is so good at boxing that she can go pick up MMA and be 1-1. That's how good she is. It's all hail the queen. And for all y'all clowns who think she'll get knocked out by Savannah Marshall, you must be fucking dreaming. You must be dreaming. That's why the poll, who probably don't even like Claressa that much, is still gonna keep it real. Ain't nobody putting no money on her getting knocked out by nobody in no boxing ring. She is the best we've ever seen. She's the best that's ever gonna do it. And I wish y'all would take some side bets with me, because I'm taking all bets. All hail the queen. All hail the GOAT. CYP out.
All right. NO, New Orleans. What is going on?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you a young fella, and he comes from the
Oh, Salita, you there?
Yeah.
Oh, you were just going to stay quiet there? I'll go right back to you, NO. Dmitry, how are you? Good morning.
Good morning. I'm doing okay. And yourself?
I'm great. What's up? Can we get some camera action so I can put you on the big screen? Make this a hotter interview or what? Are you in the bed?
Hold on a second. Are we on now?
Let me see if I see you. I don't see you yet.
So, Nestor, yeah, you texted me, so I have 5 minutes. So
All right,
let's
no
do this.
problem, no problem. What do you think
Okay.
about last night's performance with Claressa Shields, and what do you think this means for her career, both in MMA and in boxing? Does it affect her boxing career? Her psyche is what we're asking each other here.
Great question. So I think Claressa did a lot of great things in the cage yesterday. She's definitely getting better as an MMA fighter. Her grappling skills are getting better. Her kicking skills from a point of attack and blocking is getting better. But she is learning on a job, and that's what boxing fans, she had no amateur career, obviously, as an MMA fighter. And, and it's kind of learning the game live on ESPN for all people to see. So I think she did a great job. We've seen other sport greats, such as Michael Jordan, try other sports. Michael did baseball, and that those sports they need to learn. They don't come as naturally to them as their bread and butter, which for Claressa is boxing. What I think it does, I think that she is going to get incredibly motivated for boxing again, and she's gonna go back in the ring before the end of the year and show the boxing world that she is the GOAT. That's what I think. Does this affect her? Does this affect her boxing career? I think that her branding and people knowing about who she is increases. ESPN did a tremendous amount of promotion for her with this fight. Again, MMA and boxing are two different sports. Even the striking with the hands is different because the stance is different. The types of punches are different. So overall, as a boxer, I think this type of training is going to make Claressa a better boxer because she's going to become more athletic and physically stronger. And the fact that she's going from camp to camp is really good for her. She's in the peak of her career. The boxing goal for her now is to fight before the end of the year and then fight Savannah Marshall. And that's we're on road to that plan. And I think it's going to be a very exciting promotion. Claressa's plan as a fighter has always been to take the sport to the next level. And when we first started working together, she said, "Dmitry, make the biggest and the best fights." And that's what we've been doing with her. It's literally every single fight. And we're getting to announce something very special for her, and I'm very excited about it. Claressa is going to take a couple of days off and get back to training camp with John David Jackson, and we'll let the boxing fans see why she's known as the GOAT.
Now, what do you think about her back and forth with Jake Paul? I seem to believe, regardless of him trolling her in a loss, regardless of of if people are taking it as him discrediting her, I think he's opening her up to a different audience. And, that old phrase, all publicity is good publicity, still remains true. How do you feel as the promoter of Claressa Shields to be seeing Jake Paul consistently trolling her, even now in defeat, putting her on number 7 of his pound for pound and calling it karma why she lost?
I believe that obviously, Jake Paul is a huge crossover star and has a tremendous amount of following that goes beyond boxing. So for Claressa's brand, I agree with you. It is good that he's talking about her. However, on a personal level, the fact that, I do believe in the concept of chivalry and respect. And for Jake Paul, who's a grown man, to say these things about Claressa, it's not my taste, to be quite honest with you. The fact that he doesn't take, is not graceful in this and talks the way he talks about Claressa, it's not my taste, and I, as a individual, do not appreciate this. However, as you said, and obviously as is a known fact, he's a huge star in the sports world and in the entertainment industry, and the fact that he's talking about Claressa is great. And I believe in the fact that she's doing MMA, the fact that there is there's talk about it, and maybe Some people are gonna question her boxing ability. I think all of that is very good and will just increase her fan base. And the bottom line is that Claressa needs to go in the ring and show why she is who she is. And I believe that she will do that in her next boxing match.
Now, just to double down, Dmitry, some people, and we're live with Dmitry Salita, the promoter of Claressa Shields, and many, even Big Baby. We got so many things to talk about. Dillian Whyte called you an idiot today, so we definitely got to address that. I need to say it so that I don't forget it and you don't forget it. But does Jake have some sort of right, at least a little bit in your mind? Because the interviewer, this stems from an interviewer on Fight Hub, shout out to Marcos Viega, saying, would you ever fight on a Jake Paul undercard? And she said, I would never fight on a Jake Paul undercard. And obviously, in retrospect, we see now that, fighting on a Jake Paul undercard means your highest payday for most boxers that fought on a Jake Paul undercard. I don't know. Do you think he took offense to that? Because she also said she would beat him and that she has power and would be able to, beat him. And he's a man being told by a woman that he would get beat.
Well, the fact that he's reacting in such a way shows that he believes that she may beat him. Because if he didn't believe, then he would be, then he would have no issue with it. He's also several pounds heavier than Claressa is, and his weight as a boxer, as a man boxer, is a lot bigger than Claressa. And the fact that he's so sensitive to it is kind of troubling, to be honest with you, and kind of funny. But I don't know that Claressa so far in boxing has been able to generate her own interest and doesn't need to piggyback off of anyone to kind of make money and to be a star. So and if others can benefit from fighting, other fighters can benefit on fighting on his card and make more money, that's phenomenal. I think that's great for them, and it's okay. But Claressa is on a different level as a fighter, and she's responsible to the sport of boxing. She's responsible for driving the sport of boxing to another level, and she's done it. Claressa is the first woman ever in the history of the sport to be the main event on premium cable network television, which was on Showtime in her second professional fight. And after that, Cecilia Brækhus fought on HBO, and a little while after that, Katie Taylor fought. I don't remember if the Dazn deal was already in play, but Claressa opened the door in terms of pay and in terms of exposure for women's boxing, and I think that she's still taking it to the next level and making it grow and grow. And you do that by fighting the best. Claressa has chosen to fight the best every time out, and now she's on her way to avenge her only loss in the amateurs against Savannah Marshall. That's going to be a huge fight. Savannah, from what I've seen, is really getting better as a fighter. Is a really good fighter, and really two opposite worlds, people from two different places, are going to meet in this very exciting fight. That's the plan, and I think that it's going to be very exciting for the world of boxing and beyond.
Last Jake Paul related question is, do you think, because you brought up piggybacking and that Shields doesn't have to piggyback off anyone's name, do you think that's what Jake is doing? Is this just this new generation's way of media marketing, and he's associating Claressa with Amanda? Because every time he talks of Claressa, he obviously talks about Amanda, who he represents.
I see that, he's kind of getting into the business of boxing. Amanda, is another great fighter and did a lot of great things for the sport of boxing. She was actually there last night, and and was very supportive of Claressa. Her and Claressa was at her fight when she fought on the Jake Paul card.
Unified champ friend Sean Cruz was there supporting her as well.
Yeah, no, Claressa has a lot of love and a lot of support from fellow athletes, and she Claressa is a phenomenal American sports hero, two-time Olympic gold medalist from Flint, Michigan, one of the most toughest places to grow up in, and to just become a productive person. I mean, it's so difficult, and to be the best in the world is just like incredible. So the fact that Jake Paul, who's an American, is who's an American citizen, and I hope a proud American, doesn't credit Claressa for the things that she's done for the USA. It's kind of doesn't look for the good and looks for the challenges in that relationship. That to me, I don't think, I think I am not a fan of his behavior towards Claressa and what he's saying, but it's all good because, again, he has millions of followers on YouTube, and the back and forth is exposing Claressa's name to a different audience. I know that Claressa, on YouTube and on Google is really well searched, and there's a lot of interest in her fights and her story, and so Claressa's journey, continued last night. It was another step in her development as a star and as in her life story. But really, her bread and butter is boxing. That's how she has become who she has become. And before the end of the year, we're going to see her back in the ring, taking care of business. Gold style, baby.
So, Dmitry, why exactly is this fight with Savannah and Claressa going to happen in Savannah's home country, with Claressa being the two-time gold medalist and the one to accomplish as much as she has in women's boxing? Why isn't Showtime hosting this fight? Or any other American, broadcaster?
Well, so this goes on Claressa because Claressa really wants to avenge that loss and really wants to prove that she's the best of this generation and one of the greatest fighters of all time. And she's willing to go to not the other hometown, the other home country of Savannah Marshall to avenge that loss. She wants to do it, and that is her focus. Sky presented Claressa with a great deal, and that was, very important ingredient in making sure that this works. I do believe that there has to be Claressa deserves to have a U.S. network back in her growth and her and her presence in significant boxing fights. I think it makes a lot of sense, and we're working on that happening in the near future.
Obviously, with Sky no longer doing business with Eddie, and Eddie being in direct competition with Sky with Dazn UK, there's no way Dazn USA gets the television rights for this, right? Because for us Americans who've been following her career, we don't have access. Sky doesn't offer a way for us to watch this fight. So what are you doing for us?
Right. No, I agree with you. We have to find the right platform for Claressa to be seen in the United States. And, the boxing world only has several that consistently televise boxing. And, we're hoping within reason to make a deal with one of them so that U.S. boxing fans who've been following Claressa and new fans will be able to see her growth and to see her fights. The one before the end of the year. At the end of the year, the plan is that her and Claressa are going to fight on the same show. And her and Savannah are going to fight in the same show, and then they're going to fight each other later next year. I got to go in a little bit, so let's get two more questions, and we'll reconnoiter another time.
Two more. The pressure you put on me. All right, we're talking Dillian Whyte and his team, or Dillian specifically. Calling you names. And it resolves around you wanting proof of injury due to him canceling the Otavalan fight.
So what is the question?
I mean, your thoughts on today's press conference. He specifically singled you out, called you, some names based off your, I don't know. How do you feel about the situation?
I had a very late night with Claressa yesterday, so I didn't have a chance to see his press conference live, but I kind of get the gist of what you're saying based on what you just said and some of the other things that he said in recent days. So I gotta find a quote of Dillian Whyte.
I mean, I
that he
just want to
said.
know how you feel about your fighter not getting the fight, and everyone is just assuming that he pulled out to be on the safe side with the Tyson Fury fight, and it seems like you axing him specifically for documents proving injury. You might be skeptical of the injury and believe the same. So we just want to hear it.
So several weeks ago, Dillian Whyte said, "I could pull." This is his quote: "I could pull out of the Whalen fight just to fight Fury, but that isn't my mindset. I can't wait around for what Fury is doing." That was obviously before Fury beat Wilder. So there've been these quotes from him and different folks from the boxing industry suggesting that they feel that Otto Whalen is going to beat him. So it's a great risk that he's taken before fighting Fury. When Otto was with his bags packed, literally the day that he was supposed to go to, a couple of hours before he was supposed to go to the airport, he already trained that day, and then we got the call that the fight was canceled. It wasn't postponed; it was canceled. And injuries do happen in boxing, so it's very possible that injuries happen in training. That's the sport that we're in. But we just want to see. I think that it's fair to the boxing fans, certainly to Otto, to see what the injury is, how long he's going to be out of the ring for, and then the WBC and the boxing and Matchroom and us can make a decision of how severe it is. Maybe Tyson Fury can fight Otto Whalen next directly. So there's so many different, things that can come out of from knowing what happened to him. So, the fact that it's held so tight to the chest, I'm not sure why that is, to be quite honest with you. I think that when the decision was made for the decision by WBC at that time for the winner of Whyte versus Whalen to fight the winner of Wilder versus Fury, the fight with Otto and Whyte was already signed, announced. Everybody knew what was happening. So even though Otto is not the mandatory challenger, but by default, being that he's a participant in that fight, we feel that obviously he could have won. There's a great chance that he could have won. So if he would have won, he would have been mandated to fight Fury. So so there's really a lot on the line for this fight, and I am Otto Whalen's promoter. It is my job to represent him to the fullest, and I feel that I really feel that.
Dmitry, wait, let me interject there, because you said that if he would have won, he would have got mandated to fight Fury. I thought are you saying that the WBC said if Otto beat Dillian, he could win that mandatory status? Because I'm pretty sure I heard the opposite of that by the WBC.
No. The WBC said, from what I understand, that the WBC interim champion was going to fight Fury next. Now, Otto Whalen, the fight with Otto Whalen versus Dillian Whyte was for the WBC interim heavyweight world title. So it is obviously a great chance that Otto would have won, but so with him being champion, that could have been mandated. Even though we gave him a rematch clause as well. So again, I feel like the next fight for both guys should be each other. Obviously, depending on the severity of hold on a second. Depending on severity of Dillian Whyte's injury, the boxing world, we want to be televised. We want to be seen on CBS, ABC, Fox, NBC, etc., and all the major networks. And I feel that this particular decision is bigger than the fight itself, because Otto Whalen is not an interchangeable robot. He's not someone that you can that's like a placeholder. He's a world-class athlete. He's a human being that has rights, and those rights have to be respected within the conformity of a sport, within the conformity of what's normal. You can't just say, okay, man, you know what? We have a bigger opportunity. The fact that you train and spend a lot of money and spend a significant portion of your career getting ready for this fight and put in loads of rounds and focus. Okay, don't worry. We don't need you anymore. Bye-bye. Have a good day. Thank you. We'll call you, okay? Come on, man. That's not right. And that's how we feel that we've been dealt. And we just want justice to be served. The ring is the great truth setter. And Otto Whalen gave Tyson Fury the hardest and the most difficult fight of his career. Tyson Fury is a great champion who beat a lot of great fighters. Otto Wallin landed more punches against him than Vladimir Klitschko and Deontay Wilder in his first fight put together. Not each one, but put together. So, he certainly, with victory over Dillian Whyte, would very much deserve the rematch. And he's getting better. He's had 2 significant wins after that. So that's all we want. The fact that Dillian Whyte, the fact that when people start cursing and saying defamatory things about one another, that seems to me that there's no substance. You can just say things in substance. Give me some substance, man. The fact when people start insulting other people, that means that there's it doesn't make any sense. I have nothing against Dillian Whyte, man. I don't even know the guy. I have nothing personal against Dillian Whyte. If you have some substance, man, tell us what the substance is. Tell me, here's the MRI. My shoulder is out for 6 months. Whatever it is, I don't know. And talk in substance. Don't talk in defamation. That's not right.
So
call me names and stuff like that.
This isn't part of my last question because you only gave me 2 more. But
I gotta go. Yeah, but your questions are very.
No, your answer was long. I tried to jump in there because I just wanted to let you know that they announced that they were gonna wait for Fury. I'm just saying, is this? You sound like you're looking to maybe seek legal action. Is it safe to say that if they don't handle you properly, you're seeking legal action? And they also said that they offered Otto Wallin the Alan Babic fight for a lot of money, and you guys turned it down. Can you confirm or deny that you were offered a fight for Babic to replace?
An offer for a lot of money. An offer for a fight is a name with a purse say you're fighting John Doe on October 30th. Purse is whatever, $100,000, 4 flights, 4 rooms, and things like that. 8 rounds, 10 rounds, 12, whatever. No offer was made like that. No, that there was never an offer. There was never a financial offer.
But I think
it would have been great to put Otto on that show, being that he had a full training camp and spent a significant amount of money. I don't even know who the other guy is, to be quite honest with you, until a couple of days ago when people started saying this.
But are you saying that there was never an offer made in a term sheet, but they did mention Babic? Was there a verbal conversation of Alan Babic replacing Dillian Whyte for Otto Wallin?
There was never. I don't know who Alan Babic is, so okay. There was never an offer like. I do not recall from there to be a real offer saying fight Alan Babic on this date, on October 30th for this amount of rounds and this amount of money. Would you take it? Do you think this is a good supplement? Can you talk to Otto, see if he would take it? There was nothing like that.
Perfect.
Maybe his name was. I don't recall. Maybe his name was thrown out in the conversation, but I don't even know who the guy is. So there was I never received an email correspondence saying, per our conversation, Dmitry, here's an offer for X amount of money, X amount of this, X amount of that. So if it's used as just whatever, as a
deflection.
The flexor, yes, like it's a poor, it's a poor job.
All right, so my last question. No. This is the last question. Remember, you were long on that. The last one is.
I gotta go to the airport, man.
Okay, this is the last one. I'm not gonna even extend it. Big Baby Miller is training with Kevin Cunningham. Kevin Cunningham don't do business with no one but PBC. Is Big Baby Miller gonna fight on PBC and Showtime? Because you have a deal with Showtime. Give us something on Big Baby Miller. Jaron Miller.
I don't think that trainers have exclusive deals with boxing promotional companies.
They don't, but you've never seen Kevin with another broadcaster. It's just never happened.
Okay, so you know about that more than me. I know Kevin Cunningham as a boxing fan. Watching him train some great fighters. He's a no nonsense type of guy and a great trainer, and I have a lot of respect for him. And there's nothing to say about Jarrell at this point. So he's just looks training and staying in shape, which is great to see. And we've had some positive conversations with him, and we just gotta kind of take our time. There's no news about Jarrell at this moment in time. He's as you've seen, as he's posted on his social media accounts, he's training, getting himself in shape, and he put out a couple of teasing videos. I do think when he comes back, he's going to be very exciting, and in a fight or two, will be there to fight the very best in the division, and that will be very exciting. And hopefully he'll get that chance and get back to the place where he was, prior to him not being in the ring.
So there's no plan for him as of now. There's no trajectory, no plan yet.
There is no plan at this moment in time. No, there's no definite plan. Well, maybe plan is not the right word. He's getting back. There's nothing for me to say and to share with you on your publicly about what Jarrell is doing next.
No problem. Go make that flight. We appreciate your time as always, man. Thank you so much,
I
Dmitry.
appreciate it. Nesta, I gotta say, I miss seeing you with the Corona fights. and the boxing shows kind of taking a bit of a backseat. I miss seeing you at the press conferences and doing what you do, always asking everybody the tough questions, regardless of who they are, and that's what the boxing world needs. And I know I faced some of that on your podcast, but you know what? The truth should set you free. So there's nothing that you can ask that the boxing fans don't deserve to know. And that's, and that kind of goes back to what we're asking of Dillian Whyte, that, we believe the truth should set you free. I have, this, don't curse me, don't defame me, don't say that I'm this and that I'm that. Just show the proof, man. And just, it's all good. I have nothing against you. I don't even know you. It's just
you did duck that question, though, Salita.
Just do great things for the sport of boxing. Let us be transparent. I guarantee you, if Otto twisted his finger, as an example, he would. When you don't come to school, you say you don't come for school for a couple of days, for lack of a better example. The teacher says, "Okay, Mr. John Doe, what happened? Why didn't you come to school?" I had to go to the doctor. I had a cold. I had a temperature. Okay, where's your doctor's note? Here's the doctor's note, stamped. He had a temperature. He had to take penicillin, whatever.
So are you saying this might go to legal action? Are you? Because I mean, there's a lot of money spent. You spent money on a training camp. You had to spend money for sparring partners.
What I'm saying is, as I'm heading out the door, what I'm saying is that I represent Otto Whalen.
We need compensation. Otto needs compensation.
No, I didn't say that. You said it. What I said is that we just want to be respected. We just want to be respected for what we did, and Otto not to feel that he's a whole placeholder. That's all. Thank you so much, Nestor. God bless you all, and I look forward to connecting with you soon.
Thank you,
all the
man.
boxing fans should check out Salita Promotions YouTube channel to check out some great fights.
Yeah, your channel's blowing up, man.
Talk to me, baby. All right, Nestor. Thanks, man. Take care.
Definitely check out his channel, though. He puts out so many fights. It's literally blowing up. I think he's at 200,000 subs right now. He's killing it. He's always live, too, because they get to just play their fights. So, they fucking always got a bunch of live people there. That was good. Claps, 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 claps. Can I get some love? Where the love at? We going out to James Benitez. This says, do you think Leo Santa Cruz trolling? He said Tank Rolly 50-50. What in this world could have someone think it's 50-50? Educator says, I mean, it's two things. What you said, either he's trolling or based off his fight with Tank, and the fact that he touched Tank, right? Rolly even said it, like, man, Leo was touching you and he can't punch. We think Tank is doing it by design. Maybe these fighters in there like, yo, I'm really touching him. If I had more power, and he's looking at it like, yo, if I could touch him, Rolly could touch him. And I'm just trying to make sense of it, bro. That's not what I believe. I'm just trying to make sense of it. You feel me? But I got Carl Brown that says, I say as long as she keep winning in boxing, it's not much anybody like Jake Paul can say. Real talk. Yeah, I mean, I think that regardless, man, that Jake smoke is that's good publicity, man. Take that shit. That shit you got to pay for. Otherwise, you would have to pay for that type of, publicity and Google search ranking and all that shit. Like, it's going to be so many people Googling, like, who is this Claressa that he's trolling? Like, I mean, I'll take it. It is what it is. I mean, Salita taking it too. He's saying the same shit I'm saying, just as nice, a little bit nicer. Who do we got? Got looking like Dre Dot. Damn, Dre Dot. Call you the man. I'm gonna do all three, man. We did all three, man, because my man got way more than three. He says, you say people will pay to see Shields lose, but her numbers show otherwise. People just don't care about her in general and are annoyed by her. Hands up emoji. Uh-oh. I don't know that everybody is annoyed by her, man. I don't know that everybody's annoyed by her. But I get you. They gonna pay, though. You will pay because you annoyed by her. And that's how you get this money.
I'm good. I beat Polly. I left with his belt and his girl.
It's a dollar beat.
And I know all y'all against me. All that soft talk. I know you can do it, man. You got the. Let's shut that soft ass shit up.
BoxingVoice.com.
What up, man?
What's
How's
good?
it going this morning?
All good, man. Can't complain.
Hey, I just heard the interview. That's Salita?
Dmitry Salita.
All right, I see. And then we talking about Claressa. She took the L last night, huh?
Yeah.
That's why I don't
Michigan.
like boxers to go to MMA. I mean, I understand that she probably did it for the money, but when you're a force in boxing, just stay a force in boxing.
Yeah, that's what I say, man. Stay. Do what you do best, and especially if you're gonna go to boxing, man. She needed to keep it stand up. Do what she do best, not go down there.
But that's the thing. That's the difference in boxing and MMA, right? In boxing, you both got these, right? So it's how you use this and these. Because some people got speed, some people got timing, some people got power. In boxing, you're trying to figure out how to use the same tools and beat the other man. The thing in MMA is it's a little bit of everything. Listen, if you can't stand up, what you gonna do? You ain't gonna sit up and get your ass beat. You're gonna take that person to the ground where you're better. So I mean, that's the reason I do give MMA respect. I tried that shit when I was younger, but that's the reason I picked boxing, because I didn't like getting kicked in the leg and choked out. That shit is no fun. So at the end of the day, it's just two different sports. When you're an expert with your hands, be an expert with your hands. Don't go somewhere where you got to be probably great at one thing and well-rounded and good at everything else. It's apples and oranges, two completely different sports.
Word. Roland says, can you do this poll? Is Jake right? Is Amanda Serrano or Claressa Shields the GOAT? Paul said that Serrano has 30 KOs in 42 fights and 2-0 in MMA. Shields is undisputed, 2 divisions with only 2 KOs. So now the poll is who's the GOAT? Is that what you're saying? Is Amanda or Serrano Shields the GOAT? Oh yeah, that is the question. Uh-oh. Everybody's gonna pick Shields, man. They know her. She's been out here saying she's the GOAT anyway. And it's crazy. He's trying to pit 2 friends against each other. Amanda and Claressa are friends. Amanda was at Claressa's fight yesterday supporting her. He about to call some BS right now. But let me go out to New York City.
What he done to the boxing world to be number 1 in the junior weight division?
No shit. He's a fighter, no shit. The master, no shit. I know it. I don't understand the guy.
Yo, top of the morning, fellas.
What up? What up?
Good morning. Good morning.
What's going on? Yo, Ness, first of all, man, yo, big up, bro. That was a great show the other day that you had. You was talking about fighters and what 2 big wins that they had, and I was a little confused what you meant by that. I thought you meant literally 2 big wins, meaning the opponent being credible. Correct me if I'm wrong. You meant like two big names? Am I right?
Yeah, like for instance, Mayweather got Pacquiao De La Hoya. Those are big names that you ain't gonna forget. Like, that moved the sport. Like Canelo got,
a lot of
Cotto.
them. A lot of them.
I know, yeah, he got a lot of them.
You can pick and choose on that one.
But I got you. Now, my question regarding that debate: does it count if the big name is way past their prime?
I mean, what you mean? Just tell me.
Good question. All right.
I mean, he's asking like if your big win is a guy we consider past
I'll give you an example.
prime, like a big name. He shouldn't be boxing.
Let me give you a good example. Let me give you a good example. Like Amir Khan, right? Amir Khan does have some names, and I almost mentioned Marco Antonio Barrera because that's somebody he did beat, but that was way out of his weight class.
I ain't give Khan credit for that,
He was
but
way over. All right.
I gave Khan credit for other shit though. But because to me those ain't his big wins. Is Marcos Maidana. That's a big ass win. He caught him in his prime, and then Khan's.
Now let me ask you another question. Let me ask you another question. Now, if let's say fighter A beats fighter B, right, and going into that fight, fighter B was considered a tough fight and a big name, but after that fight, fighter B goes on to not do anything. He goes on to just lose all his fights. Like example, a fighter could Lucas Matisse, for instance, right? Going into the Danny Garcia fight, he was steamrolling guys.
Yeah.
He only had 2 questionable losses. He was steamrolling guys, and then afterwards, he wasn't the same fighter. So, do you discredit Danny's win over Lucas, or you still give him the credit because all right.
Nah,
so with that being said.
You just stopped giving credit to Lucas at some point. Like I stopped giving people credit for Lucas after Victor. Like Victor's the last dude I gave credit for like
I got you.
If you beat Lucas after Victor, that ain't my problem, bro. That shit don't really count.
Okay, great. I'm glad you said that because now this brings me to my next point. I wish on your show you guys can have like a debate, like the way not Lady Chan, the other chick, the one not like the Spanish one. The way Micah does the debate thing, right? I would like to have a debate with CYP because I give him credit. He knows his stuff. But when he was talking about Edwin Rosario not being a big fight for Camacho, let me tell you why. Because you did mention nobody challenged me. Well, he challenged me, and I'm gonna air him out right now. Edwin Rosario, leading into the Camacho fight, was regarded as one of the biggest punchers at lightweight. He was a Puerto Rican favorite, so automatically that's a rivalry. Going into that fight, Rosario only had 2 losses. One of them was to Jose Luis Ramirez, who was a Mexican great, and the other one was a very close one to Hector Camacho. Rosario had knockouts over Livingston Brambo going into that fight. He even beat Frankie Rando in that, and Frankie Rando later went on to beat Chavez. Going into that fight, the odds was even, and that was a big fight on HBO. So my argument is that Edwin Rosario does deserve to be a big name for Chavez. Now, I agree with CYP when he said that after that fight, Rosario went on to do nothing. He fought a bunch of no-names, and then when he had big names after that, he lost. But prior to that, he was a big name and a big win for Hector Camacho. That's the point I wanted to make. I never got a chance to call it because I never did a counterpunch before, so I just want to counterpunch him on that right now, man. And one more thing before I get off the phone. As for Saturday, what's up? What happened?
Nah.
What happened?
Your definition of counterpunch, I'm just laughing. Go ahead.
yeah, I know. Because normally, I be busy, so after I make my call, I normally get off, whatever. But I got Jaron Ennis inside 3 rounds. I think, I be joking around sometimes, but yeah, I think Jaron is the truth. Dulorme, it's crazy. At one time, did you know Thomas Dulorme at one time was actually being hyped up to be the next great Puerto Rican?
Not actually. He was considered one of the next great Puerto Ricans, bro. Let me tell you, I was so mad because honestly, I hated Dulorme for years for that. His parents are Dominican.
He's Dominican. I was going to tell you that.
His
One day
parents,
now say he's Dominican. That's when he started losing.
his parents is Dominican. He born in St. Martin, and he raised in Puerto Rico, and he just made himself Puerto Rican. I'm like, yo, you terrible out here, man. You ain't right, man. You can't do that. I was tight for that for mad years. Like, yo, what's up with you?
Yo, you want to hear something crazy though? A lot of people don't know this in boxing history. Roberto Duran is Panamanian, right? Everybody says, Roberto Duran is Panamanian, which he is. What people don't know about is that Roberto Duran's father was actually Mexican. He never mentions it. I guess he wasn't into his Mexican side of the family, whatever, just like Dulorme with the Dominican side. But Duran was actually half Mexican, man. You can look that up when you get a chance, man. But like I said, Jaron Boots Ennis is gonna stop this guy in 3 rounds. Dulorme he's not durable. He doesn't take a punch well. And so far, Boots does look like he got power. People say, oh, he's just beating no-name guys. But when you getting him out of there at the end of the day. Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson is not getting out the guys that they're supposed to get out, with the exception of Jamel Herring.
Get out. Ain't no exception. Get out of there, man. Get out of there. I got to go. How you going to say you can't put Shakur back in that category when he just beat his toughest opposition by knockout, man? Like, you can't put him back in the possibly don't have power category. He showed you on the elite level. That's what we miss about Thurman, showing us on the elite level he still could punch. You know what I'm saying? When you on the elite level, your knockouts dissipate. That's what was that's what we was wanting from Wilder, because he was putting dudes down on that elite level. Whether you got knocked out or not, he was still putting your ass down.
I mean, the same with Triple G, we could say, right? Man. Once we felt like he stepped up, he wasn't flattening everybody.
His shit stopped for sure. His knockout stopped for sure. I contemplated this morning whether this show was going to be about Triple G. I know he training, and then Coppinger's, reporting that the fight with him and Ryota Moroda is real and it's going to happen in Japan. Old ass Triple G about to get robbed in Japan, man. He wilding.
He must be cashing his check.
He cashing out, man. He cashing out.
I mean? I'll be curious to see what he's making, because I would think, like, dude, you on the A side, bro. Like, why would you do that?
I don't know. There's reports that his deal got renegotiated too with DAZN. They probably was tired of that BS. Like, man, you got to fight somebody.
Too, they were promised the third Canelo fight, right? I mean, that was the whole point of them kind of signing, and that's not going to happen.
They were promised that by Golden Boy. That was them fucking.
But I'm saying that they probably paid Triple G based off thinking that's what they were going to get.
Mm-hmm. Oh, hell yeah, they paid him off that. They tried to get the other part of the puzzle and shit and overpaid his ass. But I'm interested in that fight with him and Moroda. But it ain't like I know as it gets closer, it'll be a bigger fight on all boxing fans' minds, because they both punchers. So we gonna get some shit. And they both dare to be hit. You know what I mean? And they both like to punch.
But
I
want to see Triple G Mexican style back. You know what I mean? I was a fan of Triple G. I know a lot of people don't call it the hype train and this, that, and the other thing, but I was a fan of him. I mean, I thought he was really going to come up and do what he does, but I don't get the hate for him staying in one weight class. I mean, couldn't we look at that on the other way as discipline? Like, he was disciplined to stay within the same weight class and try to be great?
Absolutely. I never hate on a person that can make weight, man. If you can make the weight, great. You never hear me call anybody a weight bully either. I don't want to hear that. Only dude I probably talked about, and that was still early in the game, was Chavez. He was coming in weighing like 180 something pounds for fights, man. Fighting at 160, coming in 22 pounds over. That's legit.
Chavez or Chavez Jr.?
Junior.
Oh, yeah, Junior, bro. When's the last time he made weight?
I don't know. Let me get to CYP. What up?
Hold on, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Listen, man. Listen. I appreciate the challenge. My man beat Jose Luis Ramirez he beat Jose Luis Ramirez. That's a good win. He beat Frankie Randall. That's a good win. That's the only 2 wins he got in his career. The problem is When he rematched Jose Luis Ramirez, he got knocked out in the 4th round. When he rematched Frankie Randall, he got knocked out in the 7th round. So the 2 biggest names that you beat, which weren't even that big of a names, they rematched you and knocked your ass out. And when you beat them, you won by unanimous decision, 115, 113. 1 round away from a draw when you beat them. But then when they rematched you, they knocked your ass out. After that, you lost every big fight you had. I cannot call that a big name. Imagine today, a dude with that kind of resume, 50 plus fights, only got 2 good names on his resume, and them same 2 dudes knocked your ass out. Man, we ain't about to play that game. If you really don't want to have no Chavez debate with me, you don't want to have no Tom Brady debate with me. There are some people that I fucking study like they're in my lineage. I know them 2 dudes. But good try though.
I got him. Damn, CYP, that's pretty hypocritical when you was just out here capping saying Harrison was a big name for Charlo. Do you smell? Come on, man. He got knocked out by Willie Nelson. And what's his biggest win? Oh, that's right. Jamel Charlo. So, I don't know, man. It was good for the goose. You know what I mean? It was good for the goose. You know what I mean? Let me see where my poll at, though. Because I don't know. What other win Harrison got? And then he did exactly whatever the dude name they arguing over, he did exactly that. After he beat Charlo, he done turned around.
Man, and he was winning that fight
and lost
too.
to a fucking welterweight though. So that's the definition of like diminishing. You fought Charlo, beat him, your biggest win ever. After that, you lose to him in the rematch, and I think he got knocked out. Same shit CYP was just screaming. And then after that,
he got knocked out at the end.
And then after that, they give you a welterweight and you lose again. But you saying Harrison is a big win for Charlo. So chill, bro. Chill. Let bygones be bygones.
Harrison was winning that fight too on the cards when Charlo knocked his ass out.
What, in the second fight?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, bro, I watched that. He was doing good, bro. Like it was a hard style for Charlo, but Charlo was mad.
But I don't know about on the cards though.
The whole fight, like man, then he just fucking stopped his ass.
But you talking about on your cards or the actual cards?
I'm pretty sure on the actual cards, Charlo was not winning that fight. That's crazy if he was. I mean, from what I remember, man, like Harrison was putting it to him. He was boxing very well.
Well, let me go to Roland's poll question. Is Amanda Serrano or Claressa Shields the GOAT? Oh, shit. A lot of hatred for Claressa in there. 39% said Serrano is the GOAT. 29% said Shields is the GOAT. 14% said both are the GOAT. And 19% said Jake just troll. I meant to put troll in, but you get it. We got a line 6. You haven't pressed 1, FYI, your boot show. Boomerang, J-Mac, what up?
You know what? I'm gonna let CYP defend himself since you shot him in his back as he was going out.
What you
and
mean?
Harrison was when
ain't that what I'm supposed to do? Not talk over y'all call?
No, you're right. Listen, don't take the wordplay serious because I was just saying you attacked him while he was going out, so he couldn't defend himself. So I give my boomerang to him, and also Harrison was beating Willie Nelson until he got stopped too.
I'm gonna get my boomerang to him, but I'm gonna get my call off too. Check him out. Go ahead, CYP. I'm always up for a debate.
No. This ain't no debate because I never said he was a big win for Charlo. No. I said he was a champion that Charlo beat. We had a conversation about what champions has he beat. I threw in him because he was a champion for beating Charlo. Never called him a big win. Dog, I think you get misconstrued with my debates. I ain't never said Harrison was no big win. I don't even like Harrison, so I wouldn't call him a big nothing. But he was a champion. I cannot take that away from him. He was a champion that Charlo beat. Because we always talk about how many champions did this dude beat? How many champions? We were naming off the champions. I said, well, Harrison's a champion. We were talking about that. I said, AJ got beat. Only reason why Andy Reid was a champion is because he beat your ass. That's the same thing I said about Harrison. That's when I brought Harrison up. Harrison was only a champion because he beat Charlo. Never said Harrison. Harrison's a big name. Where?
You got the wrong debate, CYP. The debate was not about champion. When you said everything that you literally did just say right now, it was when we were debating the same thing Maldonado called in about 2 big wins. So my argument was Jermell Charlo don't got 2 big wins. Lubin never won a world title. How is he considered a big name? And Harrison, he is what we just debated. So how is he considered a big name? So who exactly is Jermell Charlo's big names? And you said it was Harrison. So, all right, if you didn't say that, give us the 2 big names Charlo got then. Go ahead.
Listen to me. I'm telling you now, Lubin right now is a bigger name than Harrison. So if I don't count Lubin, why the hell would I count Harrison? I don't count Harrison as a big name.
So give us the 2 big names that you said back then for Charlo.
Well, we got back. Everybody know the main dude. Everybody know that, right?
Who?
Everybody know. Who? Everybody know Trout. Everybody know Trout. Could we agree?
Wait a minute.
Trout's a big name.
Hold up. And I'm not debating you here. I just want clarity for the listening audience that you are attempting to give Jermell Charlo credit for Austin Trout on his 3rd loss as a big name.
Yep.
After
100%.
After Canelo beat him, after Laura beat him, after Charlo, his big brother, beat him, you're saying little Charlo gets credit on the 4th loss.
Of course you do, because you gave
no.
years ago you was.
I just wanted to give clarity. Yes. I wanted to give clarity to 100%. The audience. Okay.
100%.
And your next big win.
I'm giving him that. Mine was Rosario. Rosario was the big win, and Trout were his 2 big wins. Not Harrison. Rosario was a unified champion. When you beat a unified champion, that's a big win. I don't care what sport you in. If you in boxing and you beat a unified champion, that's a big win. Everywhere, that's a big win.
CYP, you do understand that your argument today kills your Rosario pick, right?
What do you mean, So hold on. Who was the unified champion that was his name beat? Who? There was no unified champion. The other guy we're talking about, the older guy, the older Rosario, he beat Jose Ramirez. That was for the WBC belt. Mm-hmm. He beat Randall for the WBC belt. There was no unified champion that he beat.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. What I'm trying to say is the similarity. What I'm trying to say is that the similarity there is one guy being discredited for not being able to do anything after he did his greatest thing. That was your argument. Now here you are trying. Let me finish, brother. Now here you are trying to give Jason Rosario credit for being unified when that's all he did was upset Julian Williams. And let me finish. Who, by the way, never asked for his rematch. So Jason went on to fight someone else and lost his belt. And since then, hasn't done anything. The same thing we are debating Chavez's resume about with Rosario. It's hypocritical.
No, it's not. Okay. You are adding on things to my argument. It don't matter what they go on and do after. I'm talking about a unified. If dude would have beat a unified champion, you would have a point. He did not. You're taking away the unification and adding something else.
So let me explain what you're just saying. So you're saying since this champion, Rosario Jason, beat a unified champ, he doesn't need to go on and do more because he already beat a unified champ, which is greater than the other Rosario who only beat a regular champ.
Yes, exactly. 100%. That's what I'm saying. When you're unified, that means more than being a single belt.
So hold on. So Andy's win over AJ, isn't that considered a fluke because he wasn't able to do it again?
Heck no, it wasn't a fluke, especially seeing that AJ just got beat by what's the name? And you asking the dude, you shouldn't ask me that because I never believed that AJ was the goods. You shouldn't ask me that. You know that personally. I always thought AJ was overrated. No. Andy went over AJ totally legit in my book, 100%.
I don't know, man. I mean, pretty much a general consensus is Andy's greatest win is AJ. Before that, he has nothing. After that, he has nothing. He just got dropped to Ruiz. It's pretty much a fluke until he proves it.
Oh, no. Not over AJ. AJ's pretty much a fluke until he beats Fury or Wilder. That's how I look at it. Yeah. I don't. You can't take away Andy win. I mean, it's too. Hell no. I can't do it. I ain't
mean,
sitting
I'm
I
just
ain't making
asking,
nobody mad.
how is he not Buster Douglas? Like, you get one big win and then what? Like, where's Jason's
No.
next move? Like, what did Jason do? That's what I'm saying.
Buster
Like,
Douglas
give
got his
people,
ass killed though.
you choose
Buster
to give
Douglas got
people
his ass
credit
killed.
for one
Ain't nobody
thing.
killed Andy Ruiz.
No one killed him. No one killed him. They just did what they had to do to get the win.
Yeah, no. If Andy get his ass whooped up and down by somebody, then we got a different argument. But I don't see nobody whooping Andy Ruiz's ass like Evander Holyfield did Buster Douglas. I don't see that happening. Oh hell no. Buster Douglas got his ass whooped by Evander. I mean whooped. Nah, that ain't the same.
So what would you argue is Wilder's two biggest wins? Not biggest win.
But
You know the game. It's not
at
big.
the time.
I'm just saying.
Because,
hold on. Hear me out. You know
Go
the
ahead.
game. The game isn't biggest
Right.
wins. It's like biggest name. You know.
Right. So for me, the heavyweight division is the only division where you just got to beat somebody highly ranked in your division because it's usually one dude who has all the belts. So beating champions is hard to do when you're a heavyweight. You don't get to go from 130, 135, 142. You don't get to bounce around and fight like 12 different champions. Usually it's one dude. So for me, beating Stavern, and people are going to say, oh, Stavern was top 5 ranked in the Ring magazine for like 4 straight years. He was as high as number 2. That means the Ring magazine loved Romain Stavern. He was a champion. That was a big fight and a big name at the time. And that little, remember, the boxing atmosphere back then, heavyweights weren't that big. It wasn't that many names. So at that time, Romain Stavern was big simply because it was kind of watered down. Then obviously Ortiz. Ortiz is a top 5, been top 5 for many years. Everybody cannot debate that he's not. That is a big win. Ortiz and Romain Stavern are 2 big wins in the heavyweight division for Deontay Wilder.
And for AJ
got Vladimir Klitschko for sure, and I would say Povetkin. And Vladimir Klitschko are his two big names. I would not say Dillian Whyte because they were both prospects at the time. That's get out of here. They were both prospects, no belts. Pulev, cut it out. Charles Martin, not a fucking chance. Brazil, no. And Wilder beat him worse, and I would not say that. So I would say definitely Vladimir. Oh, my bad. He beat Andy Ruiz. So Andy Ruiz is a big name because he made him one. Just like I said with what's his name? He's champion because he made him one. Andy Ruiz still got some buzz on him. So I'm gonna give him Andy Ruiz, Povetkin, and Vladimir Klitschko.
All right. I don't know about the Ortiz. People not going. I don't know that history's gonna remember Ortiz. He never won a world title. That's like that debate we were having earlier with Lubin. And Lubin's a bigger name than Ortiz. Speaks English. Had the Mike Tyson hype. He signed him, and he still ain't a big name. So I don't know how Luis Ortiz is a big name. He don't know English. He can't get a fight. The only big fight he been in is with Wilder. He got no other fight. He don't even got 2 big wins himself.
But there's a reason why he don't got them big wins. Let's stop playing like people are just ready to whoop his ass. The dude, I mean, if we had to be honest,
Frank Warren sent them an offer for Joe Joyce. We had Frank on the show. He's like,
beating Joe Joyce ain't gonna make him a bigger name. Let's keep it real. That's not gonna help him. We talking about he need one of them guys.
He'll be the mandatory though. He'll be the mandatory though.
But let's be honest though. Let's be honest with no bias. Do we think that Luis Ortiz couldn't beat AJ when the fight was supposed to be negotiated? Do we think that AJ would have beat him easily? Do we think it not have been a close fight? Or we do not think that Ortiz could have won? AJ had 3 belts. There's a possibility that if they fought in our minds for real, that Ortiz could have been a 3-belt holder. We know this. If Andy could beat him, then Ortiz could beat him. And I don't like to do that, but let's be real. Let's keep it 100. Let's just be honest. Ortiz is that guy that they don't want to fight. Similar to Boots. Don't nobody want to fight Boots. Don't nobody want to fight Boots and lose to that dude for nothing. And don't nobody want to fight Ortiz and lose for nothing. You see dudes ducking all of Waleem. They damn sure don't want to fight no Ortiz.
I mean, AJ sent them a $7 million offer, and Frank Warren sent them an offer.
On 5 weeks. That dude 40 years old.
Same 5 weeks that Andy got.
Andy's not 40 years old, though. Andy's not. I work with athletes. An athlete at 40 needs a little more time
Andy
to get
don't
ready
got
than
the
a dude that's
experience
28.
either. He don't got the experience of Ortiz, nor does he got the big fight experience that Ortiz had. Ortiz had already been in the ring with Wilder.
And that's why he knows how much training he needs. That's why he knows. Like remember Wade trained Ortiz, so I know a little bit about what it takes to get Ortiz in physical shape. He needed more than 5 weeks. I talked to Larry about that shit. He was like, man, we couldn't do that in that amount of time. That's why they offered it to us. But if they gave us more time, it would have been good. You know how you should know a little more about Larry now. That they ain't taking nothing on a short notice. They're not taking Canelo in 5 weeks. They're not taking AJ in 5 weeks. So let's give credit to consistency. At least you know that camp is real about their preparation. He told me, 5 weeks ain't enough. Ortiz need more time. He told me, Caleb Plant, 5 weeks ain't enough. We need more time. As soon as Caleb got offered an 8-week camp, signed on dotted line. Offer Ortiz a 7-week camp, 6 week, 6.5. He'll sign on dotted line. They ain't doing that over there. That's just not how they rolling.
Well, all right, Mr. CYP, thank you. We got some super chats I got to get to, looking like Dre Dot back with another one. Dre Dot says, watch that AJ interview, and I definitely think he was joking at the end when saying the people he looked up to. He grabbed the mic, too, playing around, laugh out loud emoji. I don't know, man. I don't know. We got Rafi Taino that says, congrats to Ness and the panel. Flexing emoji, 100 emoji, Boricua, Puerto Riqueño flag, and the DR flag emoji. LV Slugger says, Shavers never won a title, and he's remembered. Shavers who? Shavers who?
Who the fuck is that guy?
I'm pretty sure you're talking about Ernie Shavers, man.
Ernie Shavers, that puncher, they say he was a puncher? The dude, they said he was a puncher? I mean, he got a point. He is remembered.
I mean, listen, there's lots of guys that are remembered who maybe didn't make it to the cusp, but they're remembered for something. They did something that made them memorable. It's kind of like I'm entertained by Spilka, but 20 years from now, I don't think people are going to be talking about Spilka. He had some good fights. Interesting fighter to watch.
Spilka beat Mike Perez, right? Or Brian Jennings? Who he beat? His biggest win. I'm telling you, this game is so hard. Your favorite fighter don't got 2 big wins. It's very. I mean, you gotta have a notable favorite fighter. It's gotta be like Floyd or Canelo. Like these regular dudes, they ain't got 2 big wins, man.
Listen, and I'm saying I liked his style, like watching him fight.
Who?
Spilka. I like watching Spilka. I like his style. It's always an interesting fight, but he's not gonna. But he might not be remembered 20 years from now like that.
He won't. No, he
exactly. He won't. He's just gonna be a dude that we know from our era because we watched it.
Adamick will be remembered because he was in bigger fights and he was a couple times champ. Thomas Adamick.
And he was on a video game too. Fight Night immortalized him. So
there you go. I didn't even know that. I don't remember that. No said he back. What up? Oh yeah, I had to go to you. I got the interview and during your call. My bad, champ.
Oh.
What's happening?
What's happening? How my audio sound?
Straight.
All right. So with the I know the topic with the show is. I'm gonna speak on that. Just remind me what we just were talking about before I came on the line.
Hey, yo, we got prop bets on Michelle Rivera. That's crazy. Excuse me, you said what we talking about before you got on the line? We talking about Claressa Shields' first loss in MMA. She lost to Abigail Montes. And we're talking Jaron Ennis, Thomas Dulorme fight week. It's fight week, baby. Big fight.
Check this out, bro. Claressa Shields is not an MMA fighter. She a boxer. Trying to, just broad, what I'm saying? Like, let's just say she's trying to heighten her portfolio, if that makes sense. Cool. We all understand that. And that's like, why you think Floyd Mayweather never got in the octagon? That's for a reason, right or wrong.
Yeah.
Make sure you understand. It's a chance that you taking going to the octagon, just like Conor McGregor coming over to boxing. It's simple. Like you're gonna be good at what you're good at. If you've been doing something since you was a kid at one sport, just like somebody in MMA, they've been doing that since a young up and coming fighter through the amateurs all the way up to the pros. I mean, I expected Claressa I expected her to lose at some point. I mean, whoever was thinking she was gonna be undefeated in MMA, they done lost their goddamn mind.
Why, yo? Bo Jackson was good at 2 sports, right? Wasn't it Bo Jackson? What was my man name? Bo Nose.
Bo had like 3 sports, I think.
Yeah. I know Jordan wasn't that good, right, at the second sport. I don't remember like that. I know he was good at basketball, but I don't remember.
You know, he was good, but he wasn't, man, he was great at football. Bo Jackson, one of my favorite running backs. That man coming out the backfield, bro. I don't know if Ness, you played Tecmo Bowl. Who you was playing? Who your running back was on Tecmo Bowl? Bo Jackson.
Nah. Wasn't Tecmo, then they had Emmett, or was that Madden that had Emmett?
Madden had Emmett. I don't really remember Emmett on Tecmo Bowl. They had Marcus Allen. Who else? I forgot all the old time like greats. Like they was on Tecmo Bowl and everything. You know what I mean? But like to get back to my point, man. Like Claressa Shields, she took a loss. She's still the greatest women's boxer of all time. You know, as far as her accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? The people she fought in her weight class. Now the Layla Ali, that controversy. I mean, she a bigger woman. You know what I'm saying? Heavier weight, but she haven't accomplished what Claressa accomplished. So you got to put her in her own category. So a loss in MMA, I mean, that's the MMA anyway. You gonna take losses in that sport, man. That's you gotta prepare for kicks, punches, headlocks, wrestling. That's too many different things. Boxing is much simpler than the MMA. You know what I'm saying? MMA is just like a ballroom brawl. Anything can happen. That's the street. MMA is the street. You know what I mean? So I'm good on that. Now, for the fight with Dulorme and Jaron Ennis, man, that ain't going no longer than 6 rounds, man. That's a 6-round fight. Boo's gonna go in there. He gonna punish this guy, and he gonna just Boo's gonna have the Broner effect, man. He gonna look. Remember Broner at 130, 135, and all that. That's Jaron Ennis at 147 until one day he get the big fight. He gonna have the buzz. He gonna have the excitement behind him. He gonna have the knockouts. It's gonna look like this man is unstoppable with the competition that's in front of him until he gets somebody who we all respect. And that's just what it is. That's my call.
All right. My Jinbe Boomerang.
Hey Ness, I had to leave a little bit. You guys were playing the game again? The two
Yeah. Your man CYP said Rosario's a big win. Yo, where'd you go, bro? Oh, he got it work.
Ness, you said you muted me.
I ain't do that shit.
Yeah, you did. Bro.
I did not.
It's all good. You said banana?
Yeah.
I thought so too, but then you made the point like he never defended, so it can't be a good win. I mean, it could be a good win, not a great win. So yeah, I don't think. I still do think that Mel, in my opinion, I think he has the wins. I think he has the wins. I said Harrison and Lubin, and same thing. Harrison didn't defend. I get it, but I think he has enough of those good wins to make him a great fighter.
Yeah, but ain't nobody debating great fighter. We talking about 2 big wins, man. That's all, man. We talking about not calculating all his other wins. Dude, he got 2 big names. That's it. 2 big names that'll be remembered.
He doesn't have it.
What about?
He doesn't have it.
What about Wilder? He said Bermain Stavern and Luis Ortiz. Which I argue because I'm like, yo, how is Lewis a big name? Dude don't got 1 big win, and he's only been in a big fight with Wilder and lost like twice. It's like, how's he? And he never won a world title.
I mean, he's gonna be remembered more for people ducking him than being a great fighter. I think
Even 20
that's the
years
way
from
that
now?
history's.
You know what? That might be true because if we remember Ernie Shavers for being a puncher with no world title, will we remember
Yeah.
Lewis for being duck with no world title? I don't know, man. I don't know the
Yeah,
way.
I think so. I mean, you have that though. You have that. I mean, even back in the day, you had Charlie Burley, same situation. I mean, Sugar Ray Robinson ducked him. You have those type of fighters that are remembered for people ducking them. Rigo is gonna go down in history like that as well. People ducked him in his prime.
He slid his bias
So,
in, y'all. That's his favorite fighter, FYI.
that's true though. But that's my call. Great show, brother.
J Mac, Boomerang. Oh no, you gave it to CYP. James Benitez, did I go to you?
Hello, Ness, you hear me?
Yo, fams. I know you picking plant or you not picking plant.
Of course I'm picking plant, man. I put my best slips in the chat, man.
Let me just tell you this real quick.
What's up?
Canelo by decision in a parlay with I'm trying to add. I just hit them up like, yo, it's not letting me add money in my account. I need to make this bet. But Canelo by decision at a plus 200, Alan Babbitt money line, Johnny Fisher money line, and then Ennis. Oh, that's why it's Dulorme. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind. He gonna
the
die.
minus 3,500, man.
He gonna die. The Malome. This parlay got Dulorme in there. He gonna die tonight. Never mind. What up, though?
Man, nothing, man. Yo, just listen to the show, man. It's another great show. I see that you started off with the main topic supposed to be Boots versus Dulorme, and I'm kind of glad it shifted direction.
Bruh, this is the third day, right? Ain't it the fourth day in a row we trying to talk about Boots and we get like one caller only? This sad, man.
Come on.
Where Line 6 Reed at, man? And I did this. Yo, honestly, I did this for Line 6 Reed. I said, man, that dude goes so hard. I'm going to go ahead and make Ennis the topic for the whole fight week like we did Wilder Fury. That shit ain't really working, man.
Man, you better off talk about Buttervieve and Jamal James, man. You might get more viewers with this shit, man. With that shit, man. Just saying, man. Nobody interested in it right now,
I thought
man.
he was bigger than Jamal James.
Fights your name, man.
I thought he was bigger than Jamal James.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I guess not, man. But you know your algorithms and stuff like that. You'll find out later on tonight.
Yo, my man be coming at all these guys. Yo, you terrible.
Yo, he like 3 days of Boots is enough.
Yo, yeah, but yo, man, but hey, what I'm really interested in is though, man. Hey, you saw that news about Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano?
Nah, not at all.
Yeah, they talking about they trying to ink it for next year April, man. That's
next
the biggest
year,
fight.
I can't
That's
get
the biggest
excited
fight
for that. That's too far from now.
Yeah, that's the biggest fight in the women's boxing, though. You know, Savannah Marshall, Clarissa Shields. That's cool, man. But I'm more interested in Serrano.
Man. You stunting hard. You trying to be the
No, I
heel
ain't.
today.
I ain't
You
stunting,
trying
man.
to be the heel today.
That's what I want to see. What's up?
Bruh, you gonna tell me Amanda Serrano, who just got on TV yesterday,
You a hater, man.
is bigger than Clarissa and Savannah? You tripping, bruv.
You a hater, man. I'm just saying, man.
Listen, I do agree.
I'm listening.
I do agree that at least Katie got American television, man. This dude ain't want to announce no American TV, man. If she gonna fight over there in the UK and not get no American TV, I'm gonna be very mad.
Man,
They need to let us watch that fight.
I
That's
doubt that
crazy.
shit's on any American TV, man. Salita sounded real. He sounded real suspect about that, man. We probably gonna have to read about that shit on newspapers or Twitter or some shit, man. We ain't gonna be able to see it.
I hope Showtime picks it up, man. I hope Showtime picks it up.
Shit, it's on Sky, right? Wouldn't Dazn probably pick it up?
Nah, I would assume they not gonna do no favors to Dazn because they took their UK fights already. That's why they created Boxer. That's the whole reason. Clarissa fighting out there on the UK on Sky Sports and with that whole new Boxer thing. So they need a US distributor. Hopefully they could deal with ESPN better for us. Get that
Well,
shit for
hey,
$6.
end of the day, man. Like I say, numbers don't lie, man. We'll find out after both fights happen. And we'll find out who the bigger name in women's boxing is. And I'm gonna roll with Amanda Serrano. Other than that, man, hey, keep this same energy, man. What we got? One more day of Boots Fights week, man, and then we can be on to some better shit next week.
Yeah, Boots is big. Once he makes this win, though, we're going to be talking about him for another week after, because it's like, oh, wow, look how great he is. Now we get to, start guessing and dreaming who he going to be fighting next.
So, we're playing that two name game or whatever, man. So we'll say for Boots,
let me
we'll say
hit.
what?
What's your 2 wins for Jamel? Because you so harsh on everybody else. I want to hear what's your 2 wins for Jamel.
Come on, man. Come on. Why you want to do this to me, man? I'm kind of agreeing with CYP on this one right here, man, with Trout Rosario, man.
Okay, if you good, you good. Look, all you doing is strengthening his answer, so it reassures people like, yeah, those are 2 good names.
Yeah, they're pretty good names, man, especially with Rosario's dominant performance, even though he shit the bed against Charlo, but when he took the belt, man, he took the fucking belt,
Yeah, I hear you, man. I don't know that he gonna be remembered. Joan Guzman is Dominican. He a multiple division champion. They called him Baby Tyson. He was trained by Floyd Sr., and now he's a trainer at Gleason's. All that sounds historic. I don't know if Rosario got that story, but I hope. He Dominican. I want his name up in lights.
Yeah. I know you do, man. I know you do. Who's gonna be the next Dominican great, man?
Michelle Rivera.
Okay, we'll see. I like him. I like it though.
Is he Dominican or is he Panamanian? I'm about to Google his ass now and shit.
I think he is Dominican, man. I think he is Dominican.
I hope he ain't
got a whole lot of skill, man.
Not that I hope he ain't Panamanian. I hope I ain't wrong.
Hey, man, your bias is your bias, man. It's all good,
Nah. I just don't want to be wrong throwing out names and I'm fucking wrong. Yo, ESPN disrespectful. Let me show y'all this. They ain't even got Jaron on the thing. Hey, yo, line 6, man. Where, yo?
They still ain't got him no poster.
He's not on the top 25 on the 25 list.
No, he is on the top 25 list, but he ain't even on the fucking schedule. It's just Jamal James. They ain't even put co-feature. They so disrespectful, man, to this kid.
Yo, like I say, I'm gonna chill out today, man. But if this fucking fight goes to distance, man, I'll have some different energy next week, man. Especially for Sunday show.
Nice neither. Showtime heard the episode and posted one more Jaron post. They still ain't give us a fight poster. Look, and for every 5 motherfucking Canelo posts, they post one Jaron. It's like, man, y'all tripping.
Oh man.
Honestly, man, that just goes to show where he's at in the eyes of a bigger platform.
All right, James. No, I hear you, but that's not a true indication of where he's at. And I think that when you got a guy like this that has a following, that has these fanatics behind him, you got to capitalize on that. And they not.
ESPN probably still has old school thinking. Look at, they say boxing lives on YouTube. Look at all the different podcasts and all the interviews that are being conducted here. I feel like TV, traditional TV is I don't want to say the old model because they always going to stay true. But, some old guys don't want to do new things.
I hear you. Let me get to some of these callers. Looking like
BoxingWiz.com. Poloki, you are next, my friend. Por eso lo vuelvo a repetir. La era del Canelo es la mejor porque peleó con los mejores. La suerte es para los mediocres, my friend.
BoxingWiz.com.
Superman.
Yo, what up, man?
What up?
How do I sound, bro? I'm in the truck. How we sounding?
You sound like a truck driver. Yo, let's play the game. What's Jamel's Charlo's biggest wins?
I don't think you can give him trial because Canelo Lara and his brother beat him before he got to him. Because we were talking earlier about after Victor Postol, you can't give credit for Matisse. Do you still give credit on Trout after those 3 losses, or how
I
does
mean,
that work?
you can't ask me that question. You got to ask yourself that question. You got to ask yourself after
I don't
Trout.
think so.
Okay, well that's you. That's you. You. This is your opinion, baby.
Yeah. So with Jamel, and I like Jamel. I think he's on the top of the list. But as far as big names, like notable names with mainstream names, I just don't see one right now, man. I don't think Rosario is that well known. Trout, like I said, Canelo, Lara, and his brother already have beat him. But that's just me. That doesn't take away from Mel, in my opinion. I think he's top 10 pound for pound. But yeah, because even if he would have beat Castaño, he'd be the undisputed. He's like Crawford. At 140, who was Crawford's big names? They were undisputed, but it's like there wasn't even that name there. So it's hard for me to give him one for Jamel.
What about his brother? What about his brother? What's his brother's two biggest? Not two biggest. Again, because I keep phrasing it wrong. It's not the biggest, meaning fine to. It's what are the two, if any.
I think it's got to be Derevchenko because Derevchenko.
Yo, you wildin', man. Get the fuck out of here, man.
No.
Yo, you done. You done. No more free time.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Don't give me that.
Bro, who the fuck is gonna... Brother, who's gonna remember Derevchenko tomorrow? Tomorrow, who's gonna remember him?
Triple G.
Who's gonna remember? Forget, yo, Champ, forget about what he should have got. Who's gonna remember him? It's about, like...
that's what I'm saying.
The win gotta be big enough to be remembered. Like, come on, Derevchenko. Come on, man. Y'all going in the baggity bag.
No.
It's all right.
That's the first name that came to mind, bro.
Nah, I hear you,
but,
man.
I mean, they go off a loss, though, right?
Derevchenko, bruh. Like, people gonna remember Derevchenko. I ain't gonna front. I'm not saying no. I'm just trying to, like, be devil's advocate, because I remember Stevie Forbes. I don't think he won a world title, did he? But I only remember him from losing to De La Hoya and being a sparring partner. That's it.
Man, I remember, wasn't he on the Contender too?
Oh, shit, was he? Maybe that's why.
I feel like he was on one of those original Contenders.
Ooh, look at this guy with a free question. A better question is, what big names are there at 154 besides Jamel? That's true. That's true. But that doesn't save you, because it ain't save Crawford. Crawford still had to go through hell to get this Porter fight. And by hell, I mean be ridiculed. Be laughed at for his resume. So, I mean, it don't save you. It don't matter that you the big name. He the big name too. And it ain't help him it ain't help him.
Yeah. I mean,
Supermax
resume is resume. I mean, I don't know, it's hard though. I mean, when you're in a division, if you're the best and there's just not a bunch of great people in your division, it happened. It's not your fault.
But it don't matter. It happened to Vlad. Vlad, they tried to call his era one of the most boring eras. HBO stopped buying his fights.
Yeah, they definitely we turned off to the heavyweight division for, I feel like, in America for a while.
Oh yeah, because we ain't had no champ. They seen the disconnect in us. But we got Mike in Michigan. What up?
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah. Yep. We was talking about the Claressa Shields fight. Yeah, I thought she did okay. It's the last 30 seconds she got on top of her, but I thought she held her own a little bit. I thought it could have been 2-1, but she did definitely lost the last round. So I don't know how that PFL scoring goes, and then on the Ennis, I definitely think he gonna smash Dulorme. Probably go like 10 rounds, but I think Shakur and him got the two best defense in boxing right now.
Who?
Enos and Shakur. I think Shakur got the best though. I think his hit ratio is the lowest too. Think so? Who do you think one of the best defensive fighters? It got to be Shakur or Enos.
We
To
could
me, at
probably
least.
say that Haney's pretty defensive too.
Haney, but Haney got kind of hit kind of a lot in the versus the dude from Spain. What's his name?
Linares.
In his last fight, yeah, he got. What's his name?
he only got hit after he got hurt.
I don't think he gets. See, I don't like. Even though Enos ain't really fought nobody as tough like how Haney last few fights been up in competition though, but I definitely would give it to Shakur or what's the name?
Mike.
Enos. Just from, yeah.
What's Shane Mosley's two biggest names, you think?
Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd.
Nah, he lost to Floyd. But Oscar he beat.
Well, you said the two biggest names.
Yeah, did he beat though?
Oh, you mean the two biggest names he beat?
Yeah.
He beat?
Yeah.
Vernon Forrest, he lost to Vernon Forrest, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So it got to be Oscar De La Hoya, the first one or whatever. And then maybe Mayorga? No, I don't know. I can't think.
Jesse Vargas?
Margarito. I would say Margarito.
Margarito?
Because look,
Yeah,
it's like 10
yeah.
years
That'd
later
be it.
now, we still remember Margarito. How many years has been since that fight? That was a great win for his ass,
I
too.
think that was like,
He looked fantastic. And
yeah,
he took
and he
the
got
belt.
caught with the bricks, too.
And, yeah,
And
exactly.
he got caught with the bricks in
That
his
fight's
hand.
going to be historic. It's going to be historic. But I
And-
think he beat
yeah,
Fernando
and
Vargas. Didn't he
Dazn
beat?
Richardson was
Fernando, I was going to say he beat Vargas, didn't he?
He beat
I
Vargas.
mean, we're not going to call that a great win.
No, it could be for you. I'm
Yeah.
saying Margarito for me. I lived through
Yeah,
Margarito,
but
so
it
I
would
knew
have
what
to
he
definitely
was
be
at that
Margarito.
time.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think
definitely
Vargas
Margarito.
Vargas ranks up there higher for me, but that's just a different era in boxing too. I mean, Shane's
But
an older
he got
guy.
a great resume because he done fought Canelo, too. He done got a...
Yeah.
he got a nice resume. As
Yeah,
far as,
Shane a Hall
name-wise.
of Famer, man. Shane a Hall of Famer. But Mike, man, thank you for calling. Let me get to Ricky. What up in Florida?
What up, man? Y'all can hear me?
Yes, sir.
You can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Y'all touched on a lot of shit. You know, I'm standing pat with Mel. I think Mel got two great fights. I like Rosario, like CYP said, and I think Banana. I mean, I like Gabe. I'm sticking with Gabe, man. I'm putting Gabe in that Yes, that's a great win.
You better hope Gabe get this
he was
fucking
on-
win over Jaime.
Listen, man, that man, they was on Golden Boy at the time, and he wasn't expected to win that fight. Oscar told that man after that fight he was gonna get Nello, man. That's a big win. I'm giving him that. Also, you know, I got Ennis winning this weekend. Who's my favorite fighter at 147 right now? So I love Boots right now. I think Boots is good. He's special. He look different. It's all about when he get this money, can he stay hungry? Because to me, Earl looked special too. And when he got the money, he wasn't as hungry. I mean, I know he's trying to change things and he's taking it more serious again, but it's all about when you get where you want to go, is you gonna stay hungry. So I'm just hoping Boots stay hungry. I would like to see him fight Mean Machine next, because I think Mean Machine dropped Crawford and he dropped Virgil. So I think Mean Machine a good test, a good fight. If he can dispatch Mean Machine, that'll show levels to me. And I think he got the second best defense behind Shakur too. I think his footwork set him apart from Devin. Even though I think Devin got better footwork than Shakur, but I think Shakur moves his upper body better than Devin. So it might be a pick 'em between the three, but I think it's Shakur, Jaron, and then Devin as far as defense goes. But that's my call.
Alright. Shout out. Let me see what we got. Where we at with this poll? This Roland's poll still? Yes. Oh, pretty even. 30% Serrano, 35% Shields, 15% both, 20% Jake, just a troll. Keem in Florida. What up?
Team the Dream.
That looks like a no to me. Natural Wiz, Hamilton. Canada. What up? No whiz.
They working today.
Yeah,
They working today,
They're in the
Ness.
chart. They're in the chart. We went to Brandon. All right, so that is everybody. I'm up out of here. Early lunch. Right on
All
time.
right. All right.
First time in a long time. Let me refresh. I got some super chats I got to get to. Do apologize. Uh-oh. David Maldonado with the counterpunch. You better call in. Where you at, champ? Just sent the counterpunch and don't see you on the line. We went to Gil. Nope. Gil says, someone tell me what decent welterweight win Ennis. Oh, no, excuse me. Someone tell me what decent welterweight Ennis beat to get all this hype. Dulorme is the best he ever fought. Thomas fighting top welterweights for years. That matters. Yeah, it matters, but it also means that he's not the same. Maldonado for CYP. What up?
Yo, what's going on, man? Yo, CYP, I'm about to cook him in the oven right now. He has the nerve to compare Jason Rosario to Edwin Rosario. You can ask any fan 10 years from now and just mention the name Rosario. They're going to say, who, Edwin? Nobody's going to remember Jason Rosario. That was a one-fight win. That's all he had. Edwin Rosario was 3 times champion at 135, and he was a 2-division champion. He went on to 140 to win the belt. Not only did he beat Jose Luis Ramirez, he beat Livingston Bramble, the same Livingston Bramble that destroyed the prime Ray Boom Boom Mancini. He also beat Nestor Garza, and he also beat Howard Davis Jr. Everybody knows who Howard Davis Jr. is. So to say that Jason Rosario is a big name for Charlo, but Edwin Rosario is not a big name for Hector Camacho, come on, man, you bugging, bro. If you ask any Puerto Rican, what's the top 10 Puerto Rican champions of all time, Edwin Rosario's in that list, maybe at the bottom. So he's capping, man. He's capping. There's no way he can come back from that, bro. Straight up, man. That's my call.
All right, champ. We got Georgie Porgy Boston.
Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't pay Showtime to see you all there not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. If I want to see 2 motherfuckers just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Don't need that shit. You don't love that sport, my dude? Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next. What a great show. Thumbs up, donate.
Happening, people.
What up?
What's good?
Yo, Ness, why you hating on Booth, bro?
Hating on Boots? I'm the one that did 4 straight Boot shows. What you talking about?
Nah, nigga, just fucking with you. My man getting no support out there, doggy. That shit crazy, man. Shout out to Land 6, man, because I think that's about it. Another caller. But that was about it. Nobody really give a fuck. You know what? I don't think it's about Booth.
Today,
I think
Georgie, Line 6 ain't even called today, bro. He got me tight.
But yo, you know what I think it is? I think it's the opposition. We've seen Dulorme get so many ass whipping. I mean, how many ass whipping Dulorme can get? As a matter of fact, when was the last time Dulorme won?
Yo, and that's his
when was
fault?
the last time he won a fight?
I mean, I thought people thought he won in the Stanonius fight.
Fuck out of here, man. That Dulorme just get his ass kicked every single time around, baby. That's like ain't nobody fucking that. What do you think they got on that parlay there? That you look on the bedside and then you're like, oh shit, they got Dulorme now, man. That's a wrap. It's the opposition. So we really cannot, you know what I'm saying, ask too much for Booth, bro. But we cannot really ask too much from Booth, bro, because the opposition is not there. The dancing partner that he really needs is not there. Now you put a Haney in there, huh? You put another John Block coming up. That's what I think. Even Chunky's a superstar, and Rolly really is not really that known, even though he want to do his Durant shit. Is the fact that they young coming up and that boss is behind them. Dulorme is beat up. That's the wrong opponent. I guess they fucking learn, and next time Boop comes around, they give him some type of name, even if they got to take a pay cut. Even if they take the shit fucking money, take it. Because the next fight around, then you on.
That's my call. Everybody support the channel, the UK, the USA. I'm out. Oh, and CIP don't know shit about boxing.
Yo. Well, that is the last caller, except for a counterpunch from Supermax.
Yo, I just wanted to touch on the Claressa Shields thing real quick. It's not like she did bad yesterday. You can tell there was some improvements. And when they were standing up, she was putting hands on that girl. But she seemed like she got a little overexcited, rushed in, and got taken down. And that's just the thing she's gonna have to always worry about. There's no one in MMA I think that is gonna stand there and trade with her. So as far as people not liking her, man, like I'm usually a fan of big trash talkers. You know, Broner, one of my favorite guys because of his trash talk. For some reason, though, her trash talk and her confidence just doesn't come off the same. So I'm kind of indifferent on her. But I think to some people that they consider it cocky. But I mean, as a fighter, you're supposed to be, you know. But I don't think she did bad. I don't think it's gonna hurt her stock. I think you know, if anything, it makes her look better that she's willing to go in there, take a risk, and fight in a different sport altogether. But that's my call, Ness.
All right.
Yeah, Mex is right though, man. I see a lot of people don't like Claressa Shields based on her interviews. I mean, I think it's cool that she got all the confidence in the world. And I'm a fan of Claressa, but I do run into a lot of people that just flat out, I don't like her. You know? And it's crazy to me. But I mean, when you talk that confident, that's going to come off the wrong way to some people, and some people just aren't going to like you.
Yeah, that's what I said. And they'll pay to watch you lose. JT, what up?
Yo, Ness?
Yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. You said you was going to go back to you about to forgive me already. But nah, man, a few little topics. Claressa Shields, I think a lot of people hate on her, stuff like that, because I don't know, maybe they want to be her, maybe they want to do the things that she do. So I feel like they need to give her more respect and stuff like that. Just like Supermax just said, hold on, let me cut my truck off. Just like Supermax just said, she's not a trash talker like that, and I think a lot of people get confidence and arrogance confused, because it's a different. I think she's more confident. You got to be like that to sell yourself, because you're in the fight game. But problem with these fighters, like they let certain fighters like McGregor, Ronda Rousey, those people came off as confident or arrogant, you could say, but they respected them. But when Claressa Shields talks a little bit, she's arrogant, she's cocky, and you got to be in that sport. So I mean, I don't think she loses. She don't lose in herself for pro boxing. I wouldn't have recommended her doing MMA, but she chose to do it. But when it comes down to pro boxing, I think she's still gonna be a big name for the sport and stuff like that. But what was the other topic y'all was talking about?
Boots Ennis.
Oh, James Benitez. That come off as hate, man. Hating on Boots, trying to shit on him, talking about, well, let's talk about somebody else. But Boots gonna beat this boy, and I'm just waiting to see Boots in a bigger fight. So stop hating on Boots, man. We already know these welterweights, these fighters gotta wait in line, wait their turn. That's just how the sport goes. So at the end of the day, we just gotta wait to see when Boots step up and get his big fight, and I think he gonna win it and dominate. That's all I got to do, Ness.
All right. Super chat from High and Low Sports Centrum. The boxing voice is made. I wish we was made, but shout out to you. We're going to keep working until we're done. D Nice in the 201 says, Ness, you bugging. AJ was clearly reading a cue card. You can see he was looking at something else. What a herb. You guys are tripping. Anything to discredit poor AJ. Now they don't believe, they don't believe that he knows about Big Meech and all these guys he was talking about in his interview. Y'all terrible, man. Sway Puma. Boots Dulorme not going a distance. Babic, minus 750 money line. Carbajal, minus 700 money line. Parlay is minus 103. Pretty much even money. Yeah. And no? Let me see what that looked like for me. Yo, we got so many fights on my bookie right now. It's dope. All the fights from Panama, everything on the 29th is there and the 30th. But he said Carbajal. That got to be on the 30th. Or is that the 29th with the ESPN card? Let me see. I don't see no Carbajal. I see Babic. I don't see Carbajal, though. Where is that? Michelle Rivera. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I guess if you want to do that, that ain't good odds for me. That ain't good enough. Especially not at money line. But anyway, James Benitez says, based on today's show activity, is Boots really a star? Nowhere close, but I'll wait for your answer. Answer that, champ. Is he a star?
I mean, not yet.
He rising.
In my opinion, not yet.
He's burning.
He's rising up, but he's not a star yet. I mean, look what we've been doing the last few days. We're talking about his wins, who he's fighting. Yeah, I think he's a few fights off of actually being considered a star yet. He's up and coming, but he's got to put some other names on his resume to really get that label. I mean, don't you consider a star, Ness, somebody who does pay-per-view? Isn't that your definition? You're a star once you
I don't know,
once you
man.
do pay-per-view?
I don't know. I guess that's definitely a good indication that you're, a star or you have that trajectory. But, there are people that I guess they got that buzz without a pay-per-view. You know what I mean? The people love them without a pay-per-view. Let me see. I got somebody in the queue. You haven't pressed 1 in Baltimore. What's up?
Hello?
What up, champ? Were you trying to get your call in? Because you never pressed 1.
Yeah.
What's
my bad.
What's your name?
Dev.
What's up? Short for
Nothing
like
much.
Devon or Devin, right?
Devin, yeah.
All right. Just making sure.
But I just feel like for Boots, I feel like Boots get a little bit of heat for real. I'm a big Boots fan, you feel me? Coming from Baltimore, got a lot of family in Philly. I've seen a couple of his fights live. Like, I feel like he just need maybe 1 or 2 fights. Maybe he fight next fight. Maybe he fight a Keith Thurman, put him down within 7 rounds. His name can get out there. But I think, like, next 1 or 2 fights, he can fight the top 10 guys out there.
All right, champ. I hope so. Yeah. All right. I got a super chat here from DSV and Company that says, Ness, new rankings. Check your DM. I hope they not like these weird ring rankings and shit like that. I don't really be caring about that shit. People do whole shows on rank. I don't think I've ever done like, oh, so-and-so's number 1. I don't really care, even though we do use rankings. Castle Hill Gil says, if Boots lose, we calling him chancletas. That means slipper. Stonebone, what up?
What's
good?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Boots is on the cusp. I can say he on the cusp. But I think him being on Showtime, I think they're not really. I think he's kind of like the second, third, fourth, fifth fiddle right now, especially with all of the focus that's on Tank. More people like. I pretty much forgot this fight had came up this fast. Like even Jamal James, I hadn't even realized that this was the Jamal James card. I don't even think I even heard anybody talk about
Jamal James is fighting. I've been hearing Boots, and then I was like, oh, they was like, Jamal James fighting that. I said, damn, he on the undercard? They said, no, Boots on his undercard.
Yeah, Boots the
So I said,
Boots the
damn,
co-main event.
Boots the co-main. So I'm like, I think they did a disservice to him when they gave him Thomas Dulorme coming off back-to-back losses, and it's a step back from Limpin' Yet, in my opinion. Limpin' Yet was a little more fresher, and for him to dispatch of a Limpin' Yet like that, you know what I mean? I think that was a right step in the right direction. I think a Dulorme, people remember Bud breaking his jaw at his first fight in the division below this, like 6-7 years ago. You know what I mean? Down in Texas, that was in 6 rounds. So these young guys better stop saying, oh, I need to do it better than this guy did it when he fought him 7 years ago. Because if you can't beat him better than the guy beat him 7 years ago, what you saying about yourself? And all you doing is putting yourself in a box. That's where hurt Tank with the Gamboa fight. He's like, I'm going to do it better than Crawford did it back 7 years ago, and then it took him 12 rounds to get him out of there. So just focus on the fight, dispatch of Dulorme, and they either got to sit down with Cameron, Showtime, and Al and say, look, we ready, and do a co-commitment to PBC or something, and something got to happen for Al to give him them fights, and I don't know if he's going to give him those fights as long as Cameron Dunk is involved. So he's liable to be fighting on Showtime on undercards or right below main events, and that ain't going to push it for him. He's right now, Booth got 30 fights. No way he should not be having his own cards against big names on the East Coast and being able to push it. He got too many fights to still be an undercard fighter. So if they want to make him that guy, they got to at least take the chance of letting him push his own show in Philly and bring some young guys up under him on the show, and that will give him like the clout and the cachet to the young guys to say, listen, he put young guys on his shows. He's in trajectory of a star, whereas he's fighting on the undercard of a Jamal James, who is definitely not a star. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. Get him a better fight, but I'm expecting a good fight from him, though. All right, y'all.
All right.
I mean, honestly, Boots being from Philly, I mean, if you think of some of the fighters over there, some of the little cards he could headline, like, honestly, you could put, what's his name from out there? I think you help him with his marketing. From the D-Boys, Dylan Price. You know, you could stack a nice little Philly card. Probably DeVaco, you could probably put him on the undercard. I mean, you could do a decent card dang, he's 30 fights in. Like, he should definitely be to the point of doing something like that.
Yo, is Trey Miller in the chat? I need Trey word. What's today? Thursday? What's Michelle Rivera knockout ratio? 66% last fight, knockout. Fight before that, knockout. Fight before that, decision with Ladarius Miller, who's not even a puncher. Fucking hell. This dude, Jose Matias Romero, my man got a big ass head. He gonna get hit all in that shit. Isaac Cruz, Brandon. Damn, he went 12 with Cruz though. Brandon, this guy right now and shit. Niggas need
this fucking guy.
I need your help, fams.
Yeah, man, I might have to make I might have to use my bookie for the first time this weekend. But you got to help me with some of these bets.
It's loaded. It's loaded, man. Shout out to my man Sean, man. I spoke, he listened. That shit got like 30 something bets, and it got prop bets. So they got prop bets on Michelle Rivera. Come on, when the hell we had prop bets on a Dominican, and it's not even weigh-in day? Like, that's crazy. But I'm trying to get
I need that Christmas money. You know what I mean?
Brandon playing me here, man. Tripping. My suit I be. Damn, Lids Low, what up?
Get your ass in the ring and swing, man.
BoxingWords.com.
Hey, Daddy. Boxing thinking man's game. This is $1 bill. Skill. Up here. You gotta get out and think of motherfucker. That's what
BoxingWords.com.
TBV was happening, man.
What up?
Everything kosher. Adrian, what's cracking, dog?
Hey, what's going on, Liz Lowe? We gonna see you in Florida?
Man, does a zebra have stripes, my friend?
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Nigga, I
That's
told
what's
y'all,
up.
I fuck with this Butterwood heavy, my nigga. I would be there. Trust and believe.
That's what's up.
Hell yeah. And anybody who listening, by the way, Butterwood 13, bring your ass to Florida, get some sunshine, man. For far as Clarissa Shields, shout out to her, man. Hey, it is what it is. You gonna take a L. It's best she take it over there, so she probably won't feel no bad. Not to say that she gonna take one in boxing, but she'll keep that up in boxing. This is what I'm pushing for Jaron Ennis. Shout out to Line 6. I understand this your guy. You riding for him like I ride for Buzz, Charlie. So here you go, Connor Ben. Now I know y'all here across the pond. I get all that. But if you want to kick up some dust and get some action going, that's a big ass fight. A lot of punches to be thrown, a bunch of power. I'm voting for Conor Ben. I already put that shit on my Twitter. You understand? So I'm putting it out there. Next, every time y'all have an Ennis show, I'm gonna call in Line 6. Get your boy the Conor Ben fight, man. Let's get him an action-packed fight. Then people probably like him a little bit more.
Champ, I would love that fight for Ennis, but why do you believe Eddie, who just re-signed Conor and his name is Ben, associated with the father, would he put him in with Ennis now?
Cause Ben about that action. Ben calling out Broner. Ben calling out what? Amir Khan. Ben calling out people who can fight.
Bruh, Broner and Amir Khan are nowhere near where Jaron is at right now.
That is very true. But I'm saying you get him a younger, they're around the same age. I'm just saying, for me, that's what I want. I want that'll be a great ass fight. And then go across the water. You know what I'm saying? Go over there and get some fans over there. Maybe more people will pick up on your name. I don't know what Ennis got to do. I ain't got the correct answer, man. But I like the Conor Ben fight, bro. That's where I'm at with it. Line 6, keep riding for your guy, bro. Stick to him like I stuck to Bud, bro. Shout out to everybody. I'm out this thing, man.
Oh, wow.
Listen, I get Liz Lowe's point. Like, Conor Ben would be an exciting fight. But I see it like there's a reason Ben's calling out the Amir Khans and the Adrian Broners. I mean, those are names you can put on your resume that are less of a risk.
They developmental fights, man. You dealing with some speed, but he got no chin, so you could get through him. You know,
AB just don't throw a lot of punches.
Exactly,
so.
But you're dealing with the slickness of him whenever he chooses to be. Like, yo, those are developmentals. You can't act like Jaron about to develop. Like, he gonna teach him a lesson. What he gonna teach Conor? It ain't gonna be no developmental fight. We got a fat cash app for Boots pay-per-view. Because Line 6 Reed said, since y'all don't think Boots a pay-per-view star, every time he fight, he gonna send $75 to TBV, because that's the cost of the pay-per-view. Just showing y'all that there is a motherfucking Boots fan out there that is willing to pay for his fights on pay-per-view. So, there you go. Shout out to Line 6 Reed. Do you want your call? Because you also are on the line. And I went to you earlier. But we're looking for you now.
It don't matter who it is. If I get anybody hurt, they getting out of there. Yeah, they not getting out that round or that fight.
Because I know for a fact that Boots could beat Crawford. I know for a fact that Boots could beat Spence. I know for a fact that Boots could beat Ugas, Pacquiao.
In your opinion, who is the best fighter at 147?
Me.
Everything Roy did, Boots do it better. Everything Mayweather did, he do it better.
SDS Promotions.
Lines. Yo, you literally said everything Floyd did and Roy did, Boots do it better. Wow.
Yeah, man. Hey, the countdown is here, man. We got 2 days in the wake up, man. I'm just excited. I really can't talk because it's loud in my shop right now. But hey, you guys have a blessed day, and I look forward to the fight chat on Saturday. Take care. Oh, shout out to SDS Promotions.
For sure. Yo, don't forget, he's right. I forgot to remind everybody, we are having a live fight chat. The show's been scheduled for about a week now. So you can find the link right here on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Boxing Voice. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 130,000, and right now we only about 200 away. Give or take 20 to 30 subscribers. You know how that thing fluctuates. I didn't mean to curse. I meant to say fluctuates. Anyway, who do we got? Man, I needed you on the Border Wars show yesterday, man. I seen Chino, all the work he's doing. Box jumps. Y'all doing pad work. I see him sparring
man. We doing a lot of stuff. Like I told you, we also went to a really nice facility that we're going to go to once a week. We working, man. I mean, here's the thing. On the show, everybody's got Chino as the underdog. They usually do. But here's the facts. Chino hasn't lost a round yet. Not one. So it's going to be a great fight. But the thing is, we work over here in Wisconsin. Like, that's win, lose, or draw. Just know we working. So if you halfway doing it and you fighting anybody from Wisconsin, you probably going to have a problem. Especially someone from Wisconsin who going to travel somewhere else. But yeah, no, we're definitely working. I'm trying to get ready for Border Wars 14. And I'm noticing kind of as I get a little bit older, you got to start working ahead of time to be sharp by the time you do it, because
you ain't lying.
Because here's the thing. There's one thing, like I know a lot of people, if they seen me, yeah, I look in shape. But there's a big difference between being in shape and being in fight shape. Yeah. It's two completely different things. You know what I'm saying? But sure. Yeah, no, we working extra hard. We're gonna be linking up back again tomorrow too. So yeah, it is what it is. We working. I listen to the show. There's a lot of good fights,
talking
man.
greasy,
I'm really excited.
man. He talking real greasy.
Oh, Sean, yeah. But listen, man, we need that though. We like being the underdog over here. We don't want that, because here's the thing. We got nothing to lose. Chino stayed at the heavyweight division for Sean.
Yeah.
We ain't got nothing to lose. He goes in there. Sean explained it. He got 8-9 years experience, man. All the pressure's on Sean. The pressure's not on us. If we lose, you know what they're going to say? Sean was just too big. He was too strong of a puncher, too much size. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So all the pressure's really on Sean. It's not on us. We going to work. We going to come, and we're coming to win. But, I mean, the pressure's not on us. I mean, we're the underdog, right? Everybody perceives and is picking Sean. So, like, I look at it like there's no pressure on us. We just got to work and show up and do what we do, and that's what we do.
Well, I can't wait for December 11th, man. Border Wars is going down. We got some fantastic fights, man. So good that, we haven't really decided who's going to be main event. Everyone's in a title fight. Everyone's in a great fight. And everyone's evenly matched. I was actually watching back Border Wars 7, and it was a lot of even matchups there, too. Sean fought DeMarcus. Rel fought Morocco Joe. This is a good lineup here, though. This is a throwback to that. This is all very, very good, significant fights.
I can't wait for, to be honest with you, Tank and the Lion, bro. Like, that's a fire fight right there. I like Jerome's fight with for sure Fire D. Like, that's exactly. There's a lot of good high level fights this time around. Guys who really know what they're doing. Guys with good tanks. I mean, I expect nothing but the best. I mean, I think as we keep going, Border Wars keeps getting better. Guys keep getting more experience, and the storylines are playing out. So I'm excited to see it. I was kind of hoping there'd be a few more fights, but I understand how it is. It's December, and you got to have enough guys in the area, to collect a lot of fighters, because you know how it is. Some people 1 month out, 2 weeks out, all of a sudden people get to not showing up, or they're injured, so I just kind of hope that everything's going to be what it is, because we do got a lot of great fights.
For sure. I got some more super chats. Let me see. Who's that? Gil says, Castle Hill Gil, we said that. Chip Bud says, Boots should be on Fox Network. Watch his star rise. Glowing star emoji and shooting star emoji. See, the Boots fans are there. They just don't call in yet. I guess they don't have any ammunition. And they're like, yo, we just gonna wait. Back with another one. Castle Hill Gill says, Boots equals mountain gear. Definitely not Timberland. Yo, you remember mountain gear? Oh my God, yo, yo, he said mountain gear. What he's supposed to compare mountain gear to Gore-Tex, to the Vasquez Gores. That's what was copying, bro. Mountain gear, hilarious. Yo, you funny. That's a throwback. That motherfucker funny right now. Yo, I think I got to everybody in all the super chats. Nest GTO Instagram and Twitter. Catch us on the next one, which is tonight at 7 p.m. We should have a nice guest, man. I'll say that because you know how showbiz is, man. It's good and it's bad, and it's bad and it's good. So super chat from DSV and Company coming in last minute. Shout out to you with your third super chat of the day. This says, Canelo not fucking with Ryan. Shaking my head. Waste of talent. I mean, I hope that's what FW stand for.
All right. Black Man Jones on Instagram. Y'all have a good one. Have a good lunch and a blessed day, y'all.
Peace. That's GTO, Instagram and Twitter. Don't forget to follow at The Boxing Voice. IG's popping. We having like 650 comments over there. Go check it out. They debating. Peace.